I knew it was a proper mission, but you stir my blood. I knew this gotta be a mission, but I got needs. I knew you was a fucking mission. You grab my hand and pull me. I knew you was a fucking mission, and you never say please. I knew you was a fucking mission, but nothing else is free. I knew you was a mission. I knew that you were me. I knew you was a fucking mission, and you changed my destiny. I knew you was a fucking mission, and I knew it gonna hurt me. I love it. I'm not a major league, but tell me what you need. I'm so eager to please, and I know you like to tease. I get down on my knees. She said, don't look at me. And if you seen what I seen, you will believe. I know it's all my fault. I got no one else to blame, and I climb a mountain to find it just to catch heat. And every time I'm with you, I feel worth 99p. I don't believe in love, but I like it when it hurts. I knew you was a proper mission, man. I knew you was a fucking proper mission. I knew you was a fucking mission, but nothing else is free. I knew you was a mission. I
Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby. I don't. Oh baby is more like the topic of today. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. I hello from the bathroom chat. I was going to talk about how I know a guy that has the diarrhea parasite, but I feel like, you know, I feel like that's just the I think we all know. I think we all know who's the diarrhea guy now.
At Pinker Neon Nova became a member. At Pinker Neon Nova celebrates 6 months of membership. Happy Monday, Oshi.
Based. Yeah, happy Monday, dude. I wanna fucking I hate not being able to stream. I feel I'm gonna lose my fucking mind like a crazy man. I haven't eaten a salad in the last 2 days, which makes me sound like a fat fucking chud, but you know, man, I'm getting by is the answer to that. Uh I don't have the diarrhea parasite. Hold on, let me put on cam. What's up, guys? But yeah, man, I was gonna stream yesterday, but I had a really exhausting Saturday. And then so I slept in Sunday, and I had made plans to go out on Sunday, so I couldn't stream in the morning. Which it is what it is. But I just want you all to know that it was an awful, awful experience. It wasn't awful, it was mediocre, I think I would say. So I wanted so like I did bar trivia like fucking a week ago, okay? And I gotta be honest, maybe it's just like maybe the vibes are just chopped. Bar trivia was fine. It was like a good experience. I enjoyed it. Um that was like whatever, you know, not much to write home about. The other one was that was planning to squad up with some people to go and see this like it was a charity show, but it was like a charity comedy and like music show at like a jazz bar. So I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Whatever. I'm trying to say yes to more things. I'm trying to do more stuff in real space. Um, but I go and I make these plans, and then all the people I know, which is a few, are all busy or they get sick. And not like the regular sick. If I'm being honest, I think some people were a little disingenuous with me and got sick to not go. But I was like, all right, I'm not gonna let this stop me. I'm gonna go. And so it ended up being my brother, myself, and one of my employees. Okay. And we get there, and it's a Sunday. Who the fuck is going to see a comedy show on a Sunday night? You got work the next day, okay? Who the fuck is going to a show on a Sunday night? Which was already weird. So the vibes were atrocious. The vibes were atrocious. I don't know if you've ever been in like a bar where like they have an open mic going on, but like nobody's paying attention to the open mic. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a bar like that, but this was my first time going to a bar where that was the vibe. And there is nothing more pathetic than seeing somebody try really hard to do their craft while literally the entire room could not give a fuck. Okay? It was rough. It was really rough. And then the music was awful. Like it was just like atrocious music. Okay? It was like bluegrass, which I don't really like bluegrass. I'm not white enough for that. I'm just not. Um, and while I'm there, my guy, who one of our staff, he's like, "Oh fuck, I hurt my shoulder. I took a muscle relaxer, and then I took like social anxiety medication at the same time." Which, by the way, both of those medications would be muscle relaxers. Okay, and he had like a shot of vodka, and he's like, "I am like fucking gonna explode of relaxation right now because everything that I've done was like a relaxant or like a depressant or something. So he just felt like shit. So he had to go home. So it just ended up being my brother and I. And you know, I like my brother. It's fine. It's whatever. I don't want to fucking hang out with him. Okay, because I'm 5 years older than him. We're just like different people. We hang out in different circles, right? Who the fuck is mixing benzos and muscle relaxers? Him by accident, okay? It was by accident. The doctor, when the doctor prescribed it to him, didn't say to not do that. So he did not do that. So the bluegrass music is playing. It's like, and it's like, okay, oh my god, at least I'm drinking. Fucking $12 vodka soda, brother. I'm gonna fucking explode. No wonder nobody fucking drinks anymore, right? It sounds like he self-sabotaged. No, if I'm being frank, he is the type to have accidentally done that genuinely. But you know, we're chilling and I'm trying to listen to this fucking doo-doo ass music. I can't fucking hear anything. The bar's loud. I ate like a doo-doo fart meal, and then one of the bands that comes on, they're really like technically like good. You're not Frank, you're Diesel. See, I didn't make it today. I was trying to kill the joke. But one of the bands that came on to play, all of these unks were like really good. But they were also playing original songs, and the lyrics were fucking like so bad. It made no sense. It was like, I was mad, but I had nothing to be mad about, and it made me more mad. And then I was mad because I was mad about something. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, yeah, man. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it do. It do be that way, brother. Sometimes. And it's like, like, brother, like, you can't be, oh, you were in the back of your electric limousine, but it still smelled like gasoline. I'm literally, these are real lyrics that stayed in my head because not because they're good, but because they made no fucking sense. They made no fucking sense. And I was just thinking in my, like, I'm like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? What is this song about? What? Like, and don't even get me started on the age of all of the musicians that were playing. How come whenever I go to a local venue, bro, if you don't live in a city, right? If you live in a city, you can see whomever at any like different age brackets perform. But if you live in like a small town or a schmedium city or a medium city, right? Straight up, every single time you go to see someone perform, they are at least minimum 45 plus. Why are the only people performing 45 plus? Where the fuck are the garage bands that are trying to make it? None of these guys are trying to make it. You have a fucking mortgage, brother. You're not making it. It's done. Not to be that guy, but like, I know the answer is that the socioeconomic statuses require that the other people slave labor away while these guys get to spend their free time from their 40 hours a week playing ass music to a room of 25 people. Yeah, because old people are the only ones with time. Yeah. But it was dog doo doo. And you know, that happened, and by now I had sobered up, right? Because I needed to drive home because we live in car-based infrastructure, so I can't black myself out and enjoy my time in a bar. One, because the alcohol is expensive. Two, because if I do that, I'll die on the highway, right? This is just no answer. Oh, I get an Uber? Uber who? Uber, no, come out here, right? And then the comedians come up, right? Right? The comedians. And first comedian comes up, and I knew this guy, right? Like, we personally knew him. That's why we were there, right? He's like a homie, and he works at a place, and he was funny. My homie, he wasn't my homie, he was my brother's homie, but like, we're acquaintances, okay? So he gets to be a homie. But he was telling good jokes, right? The guy we knew. But he was also he was doing, like, some of his jokes only landed for myself, my brother, and another guy from this comedian's place of work that we also, like, knew tangentially. His name was Josh, right? So Josh, myself, and my brother were sitting there and we were laughing because we understood the jokes, right? Because dude was up there making jokes for people like fucking 19 to 35, but the room was like us, and then everybody else was like 40 or older, okay? Like geriatric as hell. And he's telling these jokes, and we're laughing because we get them, but nobody else is laughing. And that's rough. That's really rough. But he performs, it goes pretty good. And then the rest of the comedians come up. Now, the guy we know did not tell a single colorful joke. He's black, right? So he joked about the black experience. But everybody else was trying to be like I'm a new comedian and I'm trying to test material and transgress like social norms to see whether or not I can tell these jokes. Now, if you're like a really funny person, right? You can tell an uncouth joke, okay? And I have told many uncouth jokes. This is more like a social comedy. Like if I stream, right? I'm not like actually writing down jokes to tell you fucking people stories. I'm just kind of here. So one guy gets up. He's like, so his first joke is about how his mom has a Donald Trump Bible. It was pretty funny. It was pretty good. And then he's like, so my sister transitioned. and all I'm thinking in the back of my head is like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. So every time he was telling a joke since the sister got mentioned, I was expecting it to like go into like a, and then like all of a sudden he says something like mad transphobic. And trust me, I don't want to be like the guy who's like too woke or whatever, right? And ultimately it was like like it was more like a joke about his mom and that he was like being reaffirming to his sister, right? And he was like you know when somebody tells a joke, it doesn't really land, so they try to make it land by like explaining the joke. The guy was like, yeah, so I moved into an apartment and I found out my neighbor was a registered sex offender, and he came over and he's like, look, man, they caught me this one time for texting minors. And I was like, all right, man, we all make mistakes. And then and he's like, but you know, the people I really can't trust is unregistered sex offenders. And I got the joke, right? Like, I understood the connection he was making. Like, it made sense to me. But, like, in the moment, his delivery was just not good. So there was, like a silence. And so then he had to, like, explain what an unregistered sex offender was. And it was, like sitting there and listening to like someone bomb is like rough. It's rough. I don't know how you do that, right? But he wasn't like the worst, right? Cause these are all like Zoomer or younger millennial comedians. And you can see the cultural tide shifting, but if the audience is elder millennials to older in a woke town, you probably don't want to like air out your joke of being like, not to get political, but I think we should be able to say retard. And that was the guy's like closing bit. And obviously I thought that was funny, right? But the rest of the room did not think it was funny. So I thought about how it bombed for everybody else and went, wow, that's really rough. It's almost like you need to write a joke to play to a specific crowd, and your joke should be built around what you think that crowd might be, right? And then the lady comedian came up. And she was funny, okay? But she was also really high. Like, really high. And she was Indian. And she came up and she was like, okay, I need to tell you all, I am not a doctor, which was very funny. And she didn't do anything too outrageous, but I think a lot of women comedians do this a lot. It's like, if you're a guy comedian, you make jokes about things or experiences. But every time, and again, it's not like she wasn't funny, but like every single joke was about how she's not getting laid, or her pussy. And it was like, the first joke about her vagina is whatever. The fourth joke about her vagina, I'm like, girl, you need to get some, bro. I don't want to be up here listening to you about how you're not getting any. Like, you can't have an entire set about how you don't get laid, okay? Because then it just goes from funny to pathetic, right? I don't understand why women comedians do that. It's weird. It's weird, okay? And it's not like it's not like an exclusive thing, right? Because when a guy comedian gets up there and all of his jokes are about his penis, that's just as weird, bro. I'm just like thinking, oh, are you gonna Louis C.K. it back in the green room, right? And then she also ended it with the a similar retard joke that the last guy said, right? But one of the guys who came up and told jokes, like, it's such a blur, but I just remember it being not funny. I remember most of this being not funny. But one guy was just like straight up a dude. Oh, yeah. He was like a millennial dude, and he was telling jokes about his like sexual awakening. Yeah, and Andrew Dice Clay isn't funny. Okay. Gen X thinks Andrew Dice Clay is funny. That guy not fucking funny at all. Okay. But this guy came up, the comedian's name was Tyler. And Tyler is telling jokes about his sexual awakening. And this was a joke that landed for me because I knew where he was going with the joke, right? Because he was like, his sexual awakening was Nala from The Lion King, right? And that was the joke, right? You know that joke. You've heard that joke before. He's not parsing new ground with anything. And it was a good joke, and he told it well. But the room was so old, nobody thought it was funny. And all I could think was like, what do you do? What do you do when you tell a joke, but your audience like misses the cultural context to understand the joke? You know what I mean? Because he also made a joke about the Power Rangers. But the Power Rangers joke only works with the younger audience. And if most of the room is old and hasn't watched Power Rangers, then the joke doesn't land, of which it didn't land because the joke is not, it's a wrong audience, right? And then the worst joke of the night happened, right? There was that guy earlier who was like making jokes about his trans sister, and none of them were particularly egregious. They weren't particularly good. It was just kind of weird. You could tell he didn't like know many trans people to be able to like run it by them. You know what I mean? And then the last guy came up, and he was a teacher, and he also used to work in a senior citizen home. And he was explaining how when he worked in a senior citizen home, that he never minded when the old German lady called him the N-word. Okay. And then he said how he couldn't keep working in a senior home because what happens when the trans seniors with dementia get there? And so the joke would be that the trans person with dementia would forget their gender dysphoria and wonder where their penis went. And I can't even begin to tell you how bad the delivery of this joke was because it was the most offensive shit that I have heard in weeks. In weeks. It was like, I know what he was trying to do, but like, based on everybody's like cultural perception and understanding of the trans experience, I don't know if it works like that. I don't know, right? I don't know what the I don't know what the over under on that is. Okay? I would argue most likely if your entire life you thought, "Oh, I'm a woman," right? You are a woman, right? Cuz you are a woman. Cuz you are valid. You're queen, okay? I would imagine that having dementia or not does not change how you view yourself in your own mind, right? As a child versus as a geriatric old person, right? So I would imagine like the experience. Dementia is just an awful experience overall. I don't think it's good for anybody, but like, you know, it was bad. It was so bad that the guy could not recover the entire point after that. It was that bad. It was rough. It was really bad. And all I could think was like, dude, you were on a roll and you told that and you fucked yourself. Were you not paying attention to the room when the first 3 guys tried that before you and it failed? Okay. Yeah, it operates on the assumption that trans people will magically default being cis, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, everyone wants to be Dave Chappelle. I could see that joke working, but like it needs to be different. You know who could make that joke work and tell it hilariously? A trans person. But it was really bad. And I kept thinking about how bad it was after it happened. I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta be honest. I don't think I like live comedy. I don't like live comedy. Okay? Every time I've gone to live comedy, it's been like not a bad experience, but like going to like a comedy show at a casino is like fucking awful. It's fucking awful. Okay, I don't know why the hell people like going to these things, but like you go to like a bar venue at a casino or you go to a theater if it's like a famous comedian, right? And then like you get in there and you look around and like most of the audience is like 45 plus. Okay? And that's just my experience because I've been to like 2 or 3 before this of like much more famous comedians. And I like you get this fucking like Gen X like drunk heckler and you're like, dude, like you have fucking kids. And you're like, ugh, and you're drunk as fuck. Dude, you can only be drunk like that in public if you're hot or fucking in your 20s, maybe early 30s. Hating on the olds. I gotta tell you guys, I definitely have a very negative opinion of the Social Security Americans. And oh boy, it's always a bad experience, man. Like the drink's expensive, the vibe's atrocious. You gotta sit there in silence. Okay, if I go to a bar, I want to be able to talk to people. The worst experience is going to a bar and then like you can't like actually have a fucking conversation. Like I don't mind music playing, but like if it's so loud or like whatever, I don't fucking like it. I don't fucking like it. I'm not a fan. I'm probably not going to any more fucking comedy shows. It's just a shit experience. Okay. Fuck. Yeah. Open mic and amateur comedy is like it is legitimately, if you like watching somebody have a really bad time, that is a great experience for you. If you like seeing something bad happen to somebody else, the social like it's like a social silence that is like it's like the room collectively agrees I'm gonna fucking psychically kill your confidence forever. How do you get up after that? I don't know. I don't know. Just and the worst part is that anybody that talks about this professionally is like a guy who's not funny on a podcast with a bunch of not funny guys who then sit there in a chair and talk to like the guy who owns Palantir, like Alex Karp, and they go, "That's crazy." Okay, that sounds awesome. Yeah, man, I don't think I'm going to any more open mics or any of that shit. I can't do it. I don't have the gusto in my soul. You know, like when we watch cringe stuff on here, we're gonna get into it now. I just wanted to talk about this. When we watch cringe stuff on here, we're like sitting there in our chair, or we're sitting there on our bed, and we're like, ugh, glad I'm not that person. Imagine if you had that experience and you could see the person do it in front of you. You could see their body language. You could see the tensing of their muscles. You could see the uncomfortable nature of every single fiber in their body. That is what live comedy is like, okay? At an amateur level, wow. Oh my God. The only thing open mics are good for are practice for the performers. Yeah, it's not. God. Imagine waking up wishing you had boobs as a trans person and realizing you had top surgery already. Yeah, actually, wouldn't it be super sick? That's like a positive spin on it. You get to live every day as it's like, oh, I finally get to be valid. I'm finally who I was always meant to be. And it's like, no, Gertrude, you've been that bitch for the last 40 years. You are her. You've always been her. Get on the mic, Diesel. Hey man, at least when I can bomb here, I can do it in the comfort of my own home. Log off stream, go jerk off, and take a fucking nap. All right. Start referencing lolcows like the audience knows what you're talking about. Nightmare. All right. So, are you guys ready to get into this topic? I've been filibustering for the last 40 minutes. We might as well get into the topic. So, we're going to be talking about boy moms today. I went on TikTok. My TikTok feed, by looking up this topic, has been inundated with like white girl millennial core TikTok. That's the best way I could put it. So I might pull up some of those after this because I had a weird. My feed became strange. Okay. Everyone needs to keep their day jobs, including most amateur comedians. Well, Axis, you see, the problem is that the job market is so bad, is that everybody, including the audience, is unemployed. So, like, this boy mom is a celebrity boy mom, and she wrote a Substack article along with a weird post. Her name is Jenny Mullen, okay? And she went viral both in gossip mags and on TikTok because of this post, right? That led to a Substack post or vice versa. It doesn't really matter which. Both are equally as strange. So this is the post, okay? This is a post. And the original caption, which she added back after getting Giga epically owned, but the original caption, as the community note states, your eldest son will be the most toxic guy you ever date, which is weird and strange. And it features Jenny lying on top of her 12-year-old son. And her post now reads, your eldest son will be the most toxic man you ever date. This was the original caption, and I stand by it. So that's her 12-year-old son. I think she has 2 boys. And, of course, implying that your relationship with your son is romantic love is weird for very obvious reasons. There is different types of love. You know, there's the Greeks came up with this. Shout out the Odyssey, okay? But you know, there's familial love, there's brotherly love in the terms of like 2, you know, friends. There's romantic love, of course, right? But you know, when you talk about raising your child like this, that's weird and strange, okay? This is every woman's worst nightmare, dating a boy who has a mom like this. You know what was even weirder? When I was looking through quote-unquote boy mom TikTok, so it was a lot of like other people who were like, this is bad and I don't like it. And then like the other one was like compilations of boy mom TikToks, which I won't show because these mothers are just being like, here's my kid fucking doing stuff and me acting like a bad bitch in the corner, which is like a weird thing to do. I don't know. But what was a really weird one, and I won't show this one, but it was that bad, was like a mom getting ready to go out clubbing or something. Like she was getting ready to go out. She was like, she was dressed to get something, you know what I mean? And and as she's like, you know, doing her hair back, her son, who was probably about 6 years old, walks up to her and it's like something like he literally was like, damn, mommy, you look so fine. And then like kissed her on her stomach because she was wearing like a crop top and skirt. And it was like, that's Homelanderian. Okay, that's weird. That's fucking strange. That's, first of all, there's so many. The act itself and training your child to do that is weird. Second degree on that is you filmed it with the intent for your child to do that. And third degree is that you told him to do that, recorded it, and then posted it online thinking it was a good thing to do. Okay? It's like, you could take a thirst trap as a mom and be a bad bitch. You could do that. Okay? It's another thing to turn your son not only into an accessory, but like, breaking that down is just outrageous. Okay? But yeah, that was one that I saw. But yes, this lady is something special because she is a celebrity. And when I say celebrity, I mean like she was famous one time long ago, which means she gets a verified check mark and people care about her existence. But she really, Homelanderian, brother, just say Oedipus. All right, listen, Starshine, I'm playing to the audience. All right, they haven't read that one yet. They just figured out that the Odyssey is actually a really old book. You know. But she has a Substack, as most unfortunate people do. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up this Substack post because it was weird. Yes, I will do that, KJ, answering you now. Yes. Okay. People were asking me to do something, so I'm answering them. What is a book? Okay. So here is the post. And it is very strange, but let us just go through it. I mean, anyone who actually read Oedipus knows the concept doesn't even make sense because bro explicitly did not want to bang his mom. Shit. That is true. That is true. Fucking, I can't even read anything. There we go. Why is it not coming up? My chat isn't moving. Okay, let me just... Title scares me. Please don't let it be about their kids. Please stay. I want you. I need you. Oh God. By Jenny Mullen. Okay. Call me old-fashioned, but I only want my sons to marry women with dead moms. Yeah, man. Okay. That's rough. It's actually spelled book. It's my only shot of staying relevant, of seeming useful, and of winning by comparison. Having boys is a mind fuck. It builds you up only to tear you apart. All right. Your kids aren't in high school yet, lady. Okay, the game changes. Why are you even talking about this? I feel like you're a bit... Okay, here's the thing. Like, having this, like, negative fantasy about, like, what if I get replaced by my son? Like, your oldest son can't even drive a fucking car. Like... What causes moms to become like this? It's... I mean, this lady probably doesn't act anymore, doesn't do anything. Probably just what her life is. So, if her kids move on, what is she? It's like she hasn't figured out what her personal self is, despite her celebrity, though. Yeah. You know?
I just cast a blessing upon you.
Very terrifying.
I just blessed you with 1 year.
Thanks for that. Thank you for the 23 euros. So she based her whole personality on being a boy mom. It's like, okay, look, it's like a thing, and I see where parents do this, just like in general, right? A lot of people had children and then made their children their whole lives. The reality is that if you have children, you still need to be a person, right? You can't exist as like an accessory, not an accessory for your kids, but your kids aren't an accessory for you, and vice versa, right? You need to be a whole person, regardless of whether or not you have children or not. Having children doesn't make you whole. The societal and social expectation and standard of having children is just that, is something that society deems as a thing that makes you whole, but it is not that. And to think it is that is to fall for the trap put forth by it, right? But there are a lot of folks who do, and do end up being that, and give up their social lives, their hobbies, their interests, their everything, right? Yeah, she's married to the American Pie actor. But yeah, so like a lot of, even from like a decision of the self, a lot of people do that when they have kids. Not just women, but men too. They both do. And that's like a bigger problem of people who shouldn't be parents being parents, and there's a lot of those, but that's like a much larger discussion for later. And there's always been like, I don't know whether or not this is like a societal thing or whether or not it just like comes about, but the boy mom thing, to be clear, what the boy mom is like a mom who's like really involved in her son's life. Maybe she's like standing at the side. When I think of a boy mom, I think of like She has an only son or one boy and many daughters. And she's there at the fucking school soccer game, wearing all the school merch and like yelling loudly for her son to do certain things as he, kind of runs down the pitch to try and get a goal, right? And he's like 8, and the mom is like way too over enthusiastic to the point where it's kind of like, dude, you need to calm down. This is like in third grade, like where it's like really outrageous. And then, of course, right, the Alabamian concept of this in the room is like a mother who is some weird like psychosexual connection with her son. I think it's not. I don't think this lady is actually screwing her son, to be clear, okay? To say that is inappropriate, right? Yeah, it's an emotionally incestuous mom, yeah. Yeah, which is like, oh, and to elaborate on that further, right? It's more like maybe the mom is more manipulative about what her son does, right? Where it's not her trying to like do that, but like almost dictate the direction and behavior of her son to be a certain way that she has these expectations for, or it's like she might get like overly irritated about a partner that the son gets later or anything like that, right? Yeah, there's being involved and being too involved. They don't want to cut the cord and be their son's everything. Yeah, it's like as your child gets older, you're supposed to give them more freedom, but as they get older, instead of giving them more freedom, you fight back against that, and it gives you like this crisis in your head of like, what do? I don't want them to move on. Blah, 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 blah. It's difficult because I'm losing my little boy or I'm losing my little girl, right? Because they're growing up and they're getting older, and I'm getting older, and I'm addressing my mortality, right? So there's like a whole bunch of different things here. This isn't like as simple as like she wants to screw her son. It's not that simple. Okay, I think to reduce it to that is almost a little bit regressive. However, on like a really broad strokes, if I'm just passing by, I'd be like, that's fucking weird. Yeah, it's a trad wife thing. They overprotect because boys are more important. I definitely think there's overlap with trad wife stuff for it. Absolutely. All right. I'm not a stay-at-home mom. I have a job, a dog, and 12 to 15 things I'm considering buying off the real at the time. All right. I'm going to be addressing this entire thing line by line, all right? We're getting a little bit philosophical up in here, all right? I know you might say you're not a stay-at-home mom, and you may have a job, but having a job and a dog and buying stuff is not what a person makes, one would argue. I would argue to think such a thing is... This is so quintessentially American. What am I saying? That's what it is. Yeah, it's not that simple, but damn, does it look like that? Yeah, it's not like it's not a mutually exclusive thing, right? I could say that like this is something that's like a much more complex issue that needs to be broken down with a therapist, and I can also say Oedipus complex. Boom, But none of that seems to matter, because as a mother of sons, the red pill and the blue pill both lead to the same place, oblivion. See what I mean? Where I'm like, maybe this is more related to her own personal aging and mortality, and it's kind of hitting her like a bag of bricks that one day they're going to leave the nest and she'll be an old lady alone by herself, I used to find it insane that my mother-in-law fell apart when Jason told her we were getting married. Now I understand it had nothing to do with my cat allergy or whether or not I touched her lasagna. I was eating her son straight out of the fridge without even asking for a plate. Wait, what? Oh my god. Garfield is really like a allegory for eating out someone's son, you know what I mean? God damn, Hemingway, she is not. Girl dinner. It's a girl dinner, yeah, for sure, bro. A really good way to ensure your kids never talk to you again is be really weird and overbearing to them. Yeah. Maybe the weird I don't think lands for a lot, or it doesn't land until like you're an adult, but like the overbearing will hit by the time you're like a child. But yeah, I say the thing where it's like, you know, it's very easy to go incestuous pedophilia, but then also in the same breath, I think it's so reductive and almost like, you know, missing the bigger picture of the conversation to be like a annoying, pedantic internet person that doesn't understand that like when people have children, it completely changes their lives from the ground up, you know, and that maybe immediately saying a stranger that you're reading a Substack of is a pedophile is a fucking insane thing to say. I would hate my daughter-in-law too if she walked into my house and ate my son's ass. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Lasagna is code for ass. You know, lasagna has always been code for ass. All right. If I'm really thinking about this, I think that you shouldn't. Your mother-in-law's struggle about your relationship with your husband is none of either. It's not something that you should put too much credence in some way because of what your relationship is, right? The reality is that if she is a good mother to her son, then when you had children, when you had your boys, that she becomes a present figure the same way your mother should be a present figure, assuming that she's alive, right, to help you raise your child. Unfortunately, I saw a tweet. I saw a tweet, and the tweet was like, I don't understand people coming around postpartum, and instead of offering to help me with the baby, they sit around and take pictures of my baby and then leave. And you know what? I thought about that, and I'm like, yeah, maybe we should help. They're, I will say, out of my cousins who have had children, when we went to go visit the new younglings that we all helped out for the day while we were there, it wasn't like we just took pictures, right? But, you know, the point being here is that, you know, if she is a good mother-in-law and she's a good mother, then when you're going through your pregnancy, she's as much a person that you can rely on as your mother, right? Because now they're grandparents and they should be responsible enough as parents to help lead this next generation of parents through these early stages, which are so vitally important, right? So it's like, you know, they can cry in the moment when their child gets married, but to do those things when that happens is what is really, I think, the true test and what makes that experience and that being important. Okay, I know I'm speaking about this like it's from experience, but like, I don't think that these are like really fucking earth-shattering takes here. Not long ago, read last week, I couldn't even go to the bathroom without my kids following. They still need me to fall asleep, go to school, interpret the world, cut it up into small digestible bites, and spoon feed it to them before 7:15 each morning. I mean, like, I think they're 8 and 12 respectively. They are going to have so many questions about everything, you know? They're going like they're relying on you to be like a guiding figure. Sounds like you have dumb kids. Yeah, why does this fucking 8-year-old know what's happening in the geopolitical region of the Suez Canal? Parenthood triggers a crazy gene in some people. My sister-in-law has it and is incapable of taking a joke in relation to her kids, to the point her mom friends get exasperated. Yeah, well, you know, she needs to get over herself. We have a shorthand, longhand, and a second language that Jason still luckily doesn't understand. But these baby remeras, these emotional vampires, the most emotionally high maintenance men I've ever dated growing up, and eventually I will lose them. Why? I think more so than her, like, giving it like this weird dating analogy. It's almost like she's infantilizing herself as a grown woman. Just based on that, it's like she just she views it. It's almost like she views motherhood as a child views motherhood. You know, it's these emotional vampires. I find kids, especially at the ages of 8 and 12, to be very frustrating. So I get that. I do not like working with that age demographic at all. I fucking can't stand it. But the great thing about that is that you could just like not care. Well, at least in my perspective, because I'm not the parent. But yeah, our kids aren't emotional support animals. It's sad when parents treat them as such. Yeah, yeah. Aren't you the kids D&D guy? Yeah, there's like 4 of us that do it, and it's really, really exhausting. It is the busiest day of my week, and it is very exhausting. I've said it's exhausting. I'm very open about that. And eventually I will lose them. When I was young, I was every mother's worst nightmare. I feel like she has I feel like she has deeper trauma that is being brought onto her boys. Right? Doesn't this feel like this started before they were born, right? The whole infantilization of mother. I'm psychoanalyzing some random woman on Substack right now, but but you know, like, doesn't this all sound like this started long ago? What was her relationship with her mother like? Calling Freudbot. Show me this woman's relationship with her mother now. I dismantled boys by accident. I destroyed their lives, wrote about it extensively, then got personally offended when they no longer wanted to be my friend. Well, now she just sounds like an asshole. Doesn't she sound like an asshole? I was actually really mean to the men I dated when I was younger, and I was kind of a dick. Anyway, I'm really traumatized by that.
So when does the third space come into play?
I honestly don't think the third space applies in this case, but it does. Actually, no, it does. Because if there was a village to help raise, there would be more role models for these young boys to be able to look towards than their overbearing mother who controls every single aspect of their lives. So if there was a third space, then they would be able to find more opportunities for more role models. Okay, that would be great. Yeah, the villageable, he says. The village would be walkable. Okay. The village would be walkable. My fucking what is it? For some reason my whatchamacallit. Hold on. I want to get this back up. My plugins aren't working, bro. My plugins. There we go. What would happen to a boy mom if her son turned out to be a trans girl and transitioned when she becomes an adult? Oh, I don't fucking know. Why you go ask a trans streamer, bro? I'm sure that relationship immediately gets. There's probably layers there. There's probably layers. Let's be real here. In a healthy family, the mother would be a guiding woman for their daughter. You know, in an unhealthy family, they would explode into a billion pieces, have denial, and then assume that their child is dead. You know, it's like, yeah. Let's see. I'd say I love you when I didn't mean it. Amazing, dude. Amazing. What a great woman. This is a great one. Did you guys... This is another fucking... I need to stop being on Twitter because it fucking makes me miserable. It's like a black pilling void, dude. I don't know what they did with the fucking For You feed on Twitter, but instead of getting what I want to see, I just see, like, people's, like, dumb takes about everything. Did you guys see, like, a few weeks ago, maybe a week or two, there was, like, a whole debate on Twitter about the you know, okay, so are we all familiar with the male fantasy of, like, I fell in love with my childhood best friend, right? We all familiar with that? I'm sure we are. Now, obviously, the childhood best friend thing is, like, just straight up a fantasy. Like, it's just straight up a fantasy. It's completely nonsensical in so many regards. I think the reason that it exists for a lot of guys to put you in the headspace of a cis man, okay, is that, like, you know, when you're a guy, your first crush might be a cartoon, and then, like, the second one might be, like, you're in first grade and it's like a friend on the playground or something, right? That wasn't what the debate was about, right? But that was the crux of the debate. The debate was like, so some fucking rage bait account responded to that, where it's like, notice how only men have these things. It's almost like and it was like some, like, insane argument where it's like, actually, men are evil. And it's like, okay, well, that's not a productive conversation. That's woke 1.0. We got to leave that one at the door. And so what it became a, like, debate about is, like, why is it that men get attracted to women they've known for a while, or, like, maybe they were attracted when they met them and then they became friends instead of anything else, but the women don't. Now, to be clear, I know women do, okay? But that was the debate. I didn't have any female childhood friends because girls are scary. I know what these accounts are. I'm positing the question with chat with the full intent of having the discussion in the confidence that my community is slightly less annoying. But to follow up on that, and I think it's really interesting, am I a crazy person for finding it strange how many times people, like, just start dating a stranger that they've never met until they met on Hinge, and then they're like, yeah, let's keep doing this. Does nobody find that fucking weird? Like, don't get me wrong, I find plenty of women attractive, right? I find plenty of women attractive. And I'm just like, yeah, I would sleep with them, but then it's not like I would date them, right? Like, my criteria changes between those two things, right? And if I'm looking to date someone, my criteria, like, I should actually, like, know who you are. Because I've done that, where it was like I matched with someone on a dating app and I went on a date and then we just started dating, and our only connection to each other is that we saw each other on a dating app, and then we were like, yeah, let's fucking date. I don't know anything about you. And now that I'm older, I'm like, that was fucking weird. Right? And to extrapolate further, some of my girly pop friends do that now. And I'm just like, that's terrifying. That's terrifying, dude. Like, what? But that seems to be the norm. Am I a weird person for saying that doesn't make sense? And don't hit me with none of the fucking demisexual, sapiosexual, whatever the fuck thing. I don't want to hear it, but it was just like, you know, there's sometimes where I'm like friends with a person and then I get attracted to them after knowing them for a bit, because I'm like, oh, actually their personality is like amazing. I think this is like a really phenomenal person. But more often than not, those are like those situations where I'm like, this is a really great person. I think I would like to date them. But it doesn't really move on from that. It's almost like you get more play with somebody you've never fucking met, and I do not get that. I don't know. People are weird, human life weird. That's such a bad... I know I'm like... I'm asking you, people. Well, where else are they finding a date? A third space? If you have friends, the possibility of you making a friend and then you guys going on a date is possible. That does exist. All I'm saying is it's really strange how many people... The talking stage doesn't exist anymore, okay? You go from Hinge to situationship to maybe putting a label on it, okay? That's how it works now. It is how it is. I don't know, but I'm getting married to a coworker. But that's exactly what I mean. You knew them as a coworker before, okay? And so you had an understanding of who they were as a person, and you guys existed platonically in each other's space before, right? And then this is a psyop by Big Dating App, okay? They don't want you to date the people that you've met as like friends, okay? They don't want you to date people that you've met at like work. They'll say things like, "Oh, don't do that. It's only going to cause problems." Bro, dating people anywhere is going to cause problems. All right? Let's just be realistic here. You're going to run into people who you spend time around. Yeah, you're going to fucking date people you know. No shit. Especially if you're not getting on a dating app. How the fuck do you think your parents met? It wasn't on Hinge. I don't know. I suck at dating. Last guy I went on a date with, I knew from friends. Told me he does meth for funsies. I'm not even saying like a childhood friend. It's just like if you're adult friends with people. Okay, like it's not like some like we met as childhood friends, we run into each other as adults and then fall in love. That's like imaginary. But I'm saying like if you are mutual friends with somebody, you know? Like what's like why is that so frowned upon or like immediately? Okay, I guess my understanding is from my perspective, from the male experience, okay? This is from the male experience. When that has happened, when I have been like, wow, this woman is really amazing. You know what? I think I'm gonna ask her out on a date, and like we've been friends for like a decent amount of time. More often than not, actually, literally 9 times out of 10, they'll say, not interested. And I know you miss every shot you don't take, right? So it's like, whatever, right? Emotionally easier to shoot your shot with a relative stranger than risk your friendship. Yeah, but a stranger can kill me, bro, is what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, I'm more statistically likely to be murdered by somebody I know, but I'm saying that, like, stranger danger, brother. uh. Finding someone through friends only works when you're young because then the divorces start. I think you need to unpack that somewhere. God, that's funny. I'm just saying I find it very strange. I find it very strange that people are like just running into strangers and being like, yeah, sure, better. It's like you don't even I don't like if I've just met somebody and we start like going and having like a situationship and then we're like, oh, let's put a label on it. I'm just like, I barely know you. There's like so many things I don't know about you. I don't know. There's a much more nuanced conversation. The point is that Twitter wasn't having that, and I was thinking about it, and I was just like, what the fuck? Actually, no. Like, actually, what the fuck? Why do we do this? Is this like, why is this the norm? You know, it seems so strange that I would just like bring a complete stranger into my life, and then, like, obviously, if I know them, if we date for 5 years, it's like a different conversation. But then it's like, my only experience with you is as a person that we date. It's like, what? Like, at some point, my penis won't get up and you'll not want anything either. And then we'll have to spend time around each other not doing that. So, like, there's got to be another component here, okay? I'm not interested in the guy making awkward small talk in Trader Joe's checkout line, but at least he wasn't weird, you know? He tried. Some of us are too artistic to clock it in the moment, though. It's not all of you. Maybe everybody's neurodivergent. Maybe that's the thing. I know there was a nuance on X, aka Twitter, the everything app, okay? That's why I'm pausing it here. But I think it's very funny that all of you guys, after asking chat, are just like, I don't know. I don't know why we do it. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, isn't that strange? I don't know why that happens. And you know why? It's because after that happens, somebody will tell me a story about an ex that they met on a dating app. And it's like, yeah, he likes to put dynamite in groundhog holes and then watch them blow up. And I decided that was too much for me. And it's like, yeah, but you slept with him first and then? It's like, imagine if you just knew the guy and then found out he blows up groundhogs for fun. You know? Like, but there's a lot of stories like that. It's just like, why are we well, don't do that to yourself. Attraction is important, but it's not the most important because it'll fade. If you don't have a strong foundation, it'll never work. I guess that's what I'm really getting at, you know? Sometimes you just want to get laid. Yeah, yeah, but then that's a different one. Shit. I know that was like a really long side tangent, but like Twitter's just been feeding me like fucking like Hinge crash out shit for some reason. That, the Odyssey. And so like the past like 2 months, my feed's just been inundated with Culture War, the Odyssey, and actually dating is bad. Getting rage baited by Twitter is like losing chess to a dog. It's all rage bait. It's all rage bait. I'm there to see the rage bait, okay? So I'm rage baiting myself deliberately, okay? You know, but I was like, I need to ask chat this at some point to know if I'm the weird person or if it's just society that's weird. But all I'm hearing now from chat is that society is weird and that actually something seems to be fundamentally broken. So I think it's that. We should look at your Hinge and Bumble. I'm not on dating apps. I'm not on dating apps. I refuse. I refuse. Not gonna happen. Twitter killed my account, so I haven't been on there for a year. They do me a favor. Not yet. Not gonna happen. You're not making it happen, Lemon. It's a good discussion to have because I found a lot of younger people are fed that sex is the most important part of a relationship. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's there. You're just weird. Yeah, man. I think like there's so much more to it than that. And it's like if you're dating to get hitched, especially, even if you're dating not to get hitched, like if somebody's a good lay and then you're dating him, but like he fucking can't have a conversation about dick all about Nunya, like why the fuck would you want to stick around? You can't spend all your time fucking banging, bro. I feel like my friends met on Hinge and now are getting married thing is like rarer. The ratio of I have an awful experience from Hinge to I got married from a dating app is very different. Who's Nunya? Nunya business. All right. Anyway, I got really off track there. It was something I wanted to bring up. So, I sometimes kiss people just to make them go away. I've never been broken up with. I think this lady needs to have some losses in her life, actually. Not like deaths, just like she needs to like lose a game of blackjack. I've never been into someone who wasn't just slightly more into me. This woman sounds like a fucking narcissist. This is the love letter? Yes, this is the love letter. But now karma is going to make me pay in spades, most likely in the form of some crazy bitch who is going to weaponize my flaws in therapy and melt all my jewelry. So, like, there is... Yeah, it's on Substack. She has a Substack. So there is a lot of layers to this, right? So she's... Okay, all right. Sorry, let me put on my Freud glasses. Hold on. Oh, mein Gott. Yes, you see, this woman has realized that she is worried about her young man going to date a woman like her. Inadvertently, she has become more overbearing, which will increase the likelihood of the young man finding a woman and thus marrying her that are just like her. Yeah. Yeah, this is the call is coming from inside the house. It's almost self-fulfilling, right? Because now it sounds more likely. Right? Like the whole like adage about you date people that are like your parents or whatever. I know all of you are going to be like, my parents fucking suck and they fucking abuse the shit out of me and I'm glad to be an adult. Calm down. Okay. Freud is dead, but his ego still grows. Right? But doesn't this all sound like it's coming from inside the house? Damn, Diesel. I decided I would just cut you guys off before you went to go do it yourself, you know? uh, I've never been broken up with. That's crazy. I've never been into someone who wasn't slightly just more than me, more into me. It's like, I'm actually really fucking hot, and I've never had to deal with the responsibility of rejection. And now I'm worried that my boys are going to fall in love with somebody who's a rude bitch just like me. And it's like, oh, I'm going to be... No, what's even crazier is like, this is like double, where she's like worried that they're going to eventually date a woman like her, right? But then doubly so than that, she's worried because that woman will be younger than her and will be able to like juke her out. That is what she is saying. She is worried that a younger version of her will juke her out. Like it is, yeah, it is projection. Her mom will be the one to watch the grandkids and join them for family vacations. I'll be the only lonely old woman wandering the Grove on Fairfax, waiting for my 5 p.m. table for one at fucking Marmalade Cafe. Yeah, there's so many layers here, right? Like it's obviously like the weird son mother dynamic is very strange. There's the I'm going to age out dynamic that's very strange, right? She's just like catastrophizing the possibility. So what did she do to her husband? Where is her husband's mother? Where is that grandmother? Because it sounds like she did it to somebody before her. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Guys, you gotta be comfortable with aging, dude. You gotta be comfortable with aging. He says as he does like a 7-step routine to get the wrinkles out of his fucking forehead. Yeah, I low-key wonder why she's getting divorced. Also, normalize going to a restaurant by yourself, by the way, okay? This whole like, oh, I'm gonna be so lonely. I'm going to eat at a restaurant by myself. Oh, this next paragraph gets really funny. Never mind. This next one's gonna be really good. Several months ago, my eldest was texting a girl. She was 12, but I could already tell my brand of toxic. She was bossing him around using big words and was utterly spun. Okay. She's fucking 12, bro. Are you saying that you're worried about a 12-year-old? What are you talking about? You're worried you're gonna get outplayed by a 12-year-old? What are we doing? Why are we saying that? This isn't the first time I've covered something where somebody said something like this. Where else did I cover something like this? This has happened before. I feel like I've been here. Did I cover something where somebody said something similar to this? All 12-year-old girls are bossy. I know, like, bro, what are you fucking on about? Yeah, I'm getting deja vu, dude. Gabby Hanna. Holy shit, yeah, Gabby Hanna. Yeah, this is Gabby Hanna. Yeah, Gabby Hanna was talking about how she was getting outplayed by a bunch of fucking teenagers that were like 14, 15, 16. Yeah, they get outboxed by 12-year-olds all the time. Okay. I have many opinions about this, okay? I think 12. I don't know about having a phone at 12. A smartphone where you could like text and have apps and stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we gotta keep that to high school. You get a dumb phone, maybe at like 12, 13. But I don't like that. I don't like that. I know I'm not a parent. I'm just saying from my personal and professional experience. From my professional experience, absolutely. I think that you should not give your 12-year-old a phone. Okay? Because I have had some 12-year-olds at my table on Saturday that have phones, like smartphones. The ones with smartphones, one, they like know all the stuff they shouldn't know, which is not surprising. They watch stuff they shouldn't watch. They engage with things that they shouldn't be engaging with. And they do act more mature than their peers that don't have phones, but I don't think it's healthy for them. I think if you get a kid on a phone too early, it's like teaching them how to gamble at a really young age, you know? It's like something's wrong with that. But yeah, it's like this 12-year-old was using big words. Are you fucking serious? What kind of 12-year-old is using words so big that you're dumbfounded by it? I've never heard of a 12-year-old having a vernacular so large that I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Are you fucking Einstein? Are you kidding me, lady? And I like, he was utterly spun. It's like, dude, let your 12-year-old son have a fucking crush. What is wrong with you? This is weird. My childless opinion is that if a kid wants a smartphone, they can have one when they can afford it and their service plan on their own. Not to be that guy, but I gotta be honest. I think a lot of us are still on our parents' phone plans, and I think that's absolutely okay. Phone plans are too expensive. The cost of a phone plan is highly overpriced, by the way. Insanely overpriced. Did the child say balsamic vinaigrette? Hey, that's a lot of words. If they were playing Scrabble, I think she'd win. My phone plan is prepaid. Fuck that, Lamau. I pay like $25 a month for my phone plan. To see, here's the thing. It starts at $25 a month, but then you read through it, and it's like, actually, we can increase the cost of service every year in perpetuity forever, and then also we could fucking view everything. All right, this is like downstream of my problems with internet service providers, by the way, where it's like they're price gouging for a service that should be like exorbitantly cheaper than it is. All right, don't even get me started on the locking your phone to a certain network, by the way. That shit's outrageous. That should not be happening, period. Let's see. I complained to Jason that I wanted to intervene before he got hurt, and that she wasn't even hotter than me. Is this a joke? I'm sorry, is this a joke? This has to be a joke. This has to be a bit. This is fake. Is this fake? There's no way you wrote that. He's 12. It's a joke, but we all know she means it. Put some tone indicators. If she was a better writer, she wouldn't need tone indicators. I'm on my parents' plan, but that's because it's cheap as hell, and they also have like a discount, so it's unnoticeable. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I complained to Jason that I wanted to intervene before he got hurt, and she wasn't even hotter than me. I'm sorry, but you gotta, like, let's not address the elephant in the room of you comparing your attractiveness to a child, and just talk about, like, the reality is that if you're a parent and you know your child is going to be dating somebody that's a problem, you need to just let them make that problem, right? They need to go through that experience. And here's why, right? I don't know, fellas. This is for my fellas out there, right? Fellas, let's say, because I can't speak for the other experience, but every time I would be with like dude friends and I'd be like, I'm really attracted to this chick. I think I'm going to do this and this and this. I'm going to ask her out. I'm going to, oh man, she's so perfect. She's like everything, right? And then I'm telling that to guy friends, and they say, "You need to dump her ass. She's fucking she's a problem." It's like, she smoked crack. It's like, you need better standards. That didn't happen to me, by the way. I'm just using it as an example. But yeah, every time some guy, like a guy friend, would be like, "Don't do it," it just makes me go, I think I want to do it. Actually, I think I want to do it. Right? You can't ever tell your friend to not date someone, because then they are definitely going to do it. You need to just let them go through it, make the mistake, so that way afterwards you can be like, "I told you so, I told you so." You need that, right? So that way they could learn the experience. You kind of need to get burned by touching a hot stove, you know? But Jason insisted I let him make his own mistakes, and objectively, he's right, because he is right. But as a mother, you want to shield and protect, fiercely defend the thing you devoted your life to shaping. See, and this is another thing, I not to repeat myself, but this is her, like, you know, the only thing in her life is her children, and she's not using herself. Diesel not wanting a chick who smokes crack is classist. Yeah, excuse me, man. Excuse me. Sorry, I only want beautiful broads who smoke cocaine, okay? And objectively, he's right, but as a there is so much anticipatory grief wrapped into motherhood. It'll trigger even when the most well-adjusted women. I don't know if you can speak for all women like that. I think you might lack the amount of mom friends required in order to be an expert in that. But the abandonment we eventually endure as boy moms is uniquely cruel because it begins as worship. They arrived obsessed, dependent, adoring. They think we're magic. We think we're magic. I mean, respectfully, a 4-year-old can't cook dinner, so... Yeah, I mean, that is kind of magic when you think about it, bro. Like, you're the reason that Santa Claus shows up every fucking December 25th, bro. Like, let's be real here. You're also just supposed to be like a guiding hand for a child, you know? You gotta... For fuck's sake, they're not obsessed, they're dependent. That's the word. Yep, that's the word I was looking for. We spend years being the center of their emotional world, only to slowly watch them build one without us. If we do our job correctly, they leave. That's sort of evolution of things. And maybe that is the harder pill to swallow. I don't... Here's the thing, lady. That is the hard pill to swallow. There is no maybe. It's not a question or up for debate. It is a hard thing for a parent to watch their child grow up because of the myriad of questions that it provides for you, the parent, right? It is a multifaceted thing that shows you that you're in a place in your life, okay? But yes, you're supposed to do your job correctly and help them leave the nest so they can build a life of their own and they can have children. It's not even that it's a hard pill. It is just the pill. It's not a maybe, okay? How long does postpartum last? Because this woman is crazy. Well, considering it's been a while. It's really hard, but watching my son have kids and get married made it all worth it. Yeah. Like, that's really what it should be. Like, you should feel a sense of pride as a parent that, like, oh, I raised a kid who was able to do it. You know? Who was able to get out there and make their own and become their own person. And for you to be proud of the person that they became. You know? Maybe the tragedy of sons is also the gift. The temporary delusion that you can be all the things to another person. That there's no competition for their love, no caveats to their devotion. They are children. They are dependent on you. It is not surprising that they worship you. They need you to feed themselves. They need you to help them with their fucking math homework because they're stupid. Okay? And they need to learn. Why is lube on your throne, Diesel? Because I don't have lube for the sex toy that one of you bought me, and I don't want to go buy lube myself. That's why. You miss every shot you don't take. Why are you surprised? Hold on, back up. The thing about your kids moving on is that IMO, if you did it right, then your kids will want to include you in their new chapter. Wow. Fuck. You're so fucking right. It's almost like really, really obvious. Today, they're still little. They still crawl into my sweaters and into my sheets. They still need me to open milk cartons and operate on invisible injuries. I'm still in it, but also sometimes outside of it, fully aware I am living through the longest goodbye of my life. I pray that at least one of them is gay. Uh-huh. Why do you view your children? First of all, I'm not even. Why do you view your children and raising your children and doing your job as a parent as a long goodbye rather than becoming like a sagely person who gives them guidance through their life? It's not a goodbye. You're there until you die, assuming you do the job correctly. You know? If you do the job correctly, you are there until you die. You get to be present with them through every single thing. Your role as a mother changes. You become like a guiding voice. You become a source of like help for them. And if you're bad, then yeah, they stop fucking talking to you. But also to say that you wish one of them or hope that one of them is gay is very outrageous, considering they will be able to read this one day. Imagine your sons grow into adults and they get to read how their mom wished that one of them would be gay. I still talk to my mom. This woman is codependent on her kid. I'm calling it now. Yeah, I mean, it's very obvious she's codependent on her kid. Praying that the son is gay is crazy. That last line really resonates with me. Wow. What a horrendous one. What a horrendous one. Damn, actually, this article could have already gotten to her son. Yeah, the 12-year-old one absolutely could have heard about this. Considering it's all over TikTok, too. Not good. Not good. Wow. This is outrageous. I can't believe that. Let me go take a piss. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a pee, and then I think I might cover some of the other weird TikTok shit I saw. Just to, you know, just because why the fuck not? back. I'm back. Hold your horses and other animals. Oh, there is an interview. There is an interview. So we do get to see boy mom interview now. Okay, so we're gonna go do that. I did have it, and then I forgore that I had it. Okay. She defends the article in TikTok. Oh. Well, yikes. Yeah, she'll be threatened by men too then. There's really no reason for her not to be. What if her son grows up to be like Synthetic Man? Well, then maybe he'll have a food addiction. You know, maybe that. It's possible. Here we go. Let me pull this up. God. I'm sorry, but why is there like an endless supply of like podcasts of people in podcast rooms? But like I don't know who anybody is. How do these things happen? Dude, Raven Simone, Gabby Hanna, whoever this lady is. How many times am I gonna have to see the random person who's just a random fuck off person? Like we'll just do I want to know about her being single? There's a section on her being single. There's a post that sparked a controversy. Let's listen to it. She had like a divorce or something.
It seems like you're currently single.
I am. I'm single.
You're
for the first time in
single.
18 years. Like, what is my life?
What does it feel like? Let me live vicariously through you.
It's surreal. Yeah, I feel like it's
What's it like to get divorced? That's what the question really is. Like, divorce is a rough thing for everybody to go through. You know, I'm not saying it's not, but it is very funny.
really bizarre because, well, also like you have kids with somebody, right? So people will be like, "Oh, how does it feel?" And I'm like, I don't know, like the same. Like we live in two different places, but we're still tethered. We have kids. Like we still talk 18 times a day about everyone's schedule and after school and
Yeah, because you have to co-parent your children with the guy you had children with now. You know?
holidays. And so there is like this element of like, it isn't like a normal breakup where you're like, see ya.
Right.
And then maybe we'll bump into each other in 10 years and talk about it. It's
Right.
not like that.
It's just the end of the romantic part.
And
right?
it's still like romantic. I mean, we still love each other. It's just not, I don't know, it's a different type of romance. It's like you're
Yeah, okay. All right. Bro, if I got divorced and had kids, I'd blow my shit to move on. God damn.
best friend.
People took it hard, right?
Yes.
Because you are a couple, we're a couple
Yeah.
that people would never, I don't think if they, played bingo, they'd be
Right.
like, this is a couple I predict won't stay together.
Right.
Were you
right.
getting DMs and
No,
people
that's
upset?
the weirdest. That's the weirdest thing about going through something like this, and when you've been like in a public relationship, is that like it doesn't feel. It's not like a death where people just write you or they're like, "I'm so sorry. Do you need anything?" It's more like somebody's attending your wedding and you have to take care of everybody else. You're like, "Are you okay? Can I get you a drink?" People are like, "I don't know how to feel. I'm so sad," and I'm just writing.
I'm not gonna be. Listen, I understand that there's like two different worlds that everybody lives in. I cannot imagine being so upset that two celebrities get divorced. I feel like they get divorced every week. All right.
Like, I don't know you. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm so deeply sorry.
Because people want to believe, people want to believe in love.
I'm sorry. Who are you people? Is this lady just famous because she married the American Pie guy?
And if people
Yes.
They both seem like weirdly dehydrated. You know what I mean? I was gonna say that the interviewer kind of looks sleepy.
think that they know
Yes.
that this couple is a good one and a normal one, like
Yes,
for
and we-
Hollywood and
yeah.
for this, and they're like, this is not the couple that breaks up. You know, it like
Totally.
it ruins dreams. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
For like that's where it's coming from. People want to believe in love.
Yes, and it is, and we love each other.
Yeah, but you know, Hollywood's not like the direct interpretation of what I would assume love is. Love is not Hollywood.
And like it is a
Did
solid
she marry the one who fucked the pie? It's been like many years since I've seen that movie.
relationship, and like we have always been amazing co-parents and like teammates. It's just, you know, I don't know. I mean, you're married, you understand.
I
It's
know.
fucking hard.
I know. I could. Yeah. I mean, marriage
Man, this lady got divorced and she has like some weird fixation on her sons.
is I mean, I don't like to say like it takes work because that would be fake of me. Like it takes more like patience,
Yeah.
really, whether it comes naturally to you or not, learning how to like accept the other person,
Yes.
work with them, work around them,
Like
you know,
regulating the
I'm-
room, keeping everybody else like
babe, I'm
emotionally
basically Mel
stable.
Robbins. Let them. Like I've done that before her.
I'm dead.
I'm letting everybody.
Yeah.
Let them. Let them.
You're letting me right
Yeah,
now.
I'm letting you like let them
Yeah.
do. I'm not one of those like you know.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, yeah, it's marriage.
You're not
is
a
friend-
codependent in that way.
and not in that way. I am
No.
dependent in the way of like, can you bring me? Can you pick me up? Can you wait for me outside?
Yes.
I'm dependent in the like literal sense.
Yes.
But how does it feel like to
Can you put my clothes on? That's how I am with my.
Dude, if I was like a 45-year-old white lady who lived in the suburbs, it's probably would go really hard. I'd probably be listening to this on the way to fucking Little League.
My assistant, can you dress me?
No.
What am I wearing today?
No, we need to talk about your. So yeah, my husband is a little bit of my assistant, I would say too,
Well,
and he's okay
yeah,
with that.
I love it.
I feel like the peach lady. You guys remember the guy? You guys remember the lady who made the comic about the peach? You know, her husband ate the peach, and she was like, "I fucking hate this guy." I know that wasn't what it was, but that is what it felt like. I think this would be interesting if Ned Fulmer was interviewing her. So true.
You love any kind of
I'm
assistant.
just like, I think like my ideal partner is like, yeah, like somebody who's just gonna like sit in the dark room and read everything I've ever written. Just, like, tell me how amazing I am. Give me all the things that like I didn't have as a child.
What can you talk about in terms of?
I feel like these people. I don't know if I have like a black pill doomer interpretation of what marriage is, but it almost feels as if their interpretation of marriage is almost like a quintessentially much older idea of what marriage is rather than the reality of lived life now. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, I don't know, they're talking about it in a way that is in a different tax bracket for me, I guess. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's it.
How you're feeling now being single? Like, are
Dude,
you
Ned Fulmer would have put his wife guy charm on. She would have fallen hook, line, and sinker.
embracing that part yet, or are you still like focusing on the kids?
I'm still
and
pretty focused on
I think she's gonna be focused on the kids for quite a long time. I don't know what gives me that interpretation of an idea.
the kids.
Yeah.
I don't know how to be single. I don't think I feel like if I start dating someone, I'll be like, I'm your wife now.
Ah, it's a great signal, actually. That's an even better signal, you know? No. Because, you know, single and divorced guys both really love a woman who appears out of nowhere and is like, I think we're going to get married now.
Because I don't actually know.
Right.
And the weirdest thing, I've been talking to people about.
Most people's description of marriage doesn't sound at all like love. It just sounds like two people are like, I'm kind of over the guy, but we live together. And that's what it sounds like when people talk about it. Like they begrudgingly say that there's a romance, you know, when it shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean?
What is her opinion on Chris Chan and his mom?
This is like the Dark Souls of boy mom situations.
like being single today is so nobody's like actually having conversations. They're all staring at their phones.
Right.
They're all fucking like, I don't know, playing.
I think I might be unk. I might be unk. Because I said that earlier. I was basically saying that when I was complaining about Hinge.
Texting banter that there's nothing behind it. It's not real.
Well, are you gonna date the chef from Oresh?
Oh my God. First of all,
That you go every day? People cannot get a reservation, and you're flaunting this restaurant every.
The reverse of a boy mom thing, more of a mom son. That's it. Yeah, that is a mom son. Mom son turned mom daughter. There's a lot to unpack here. There's layers. Christian is a lot like Shrek, an ogre, an onion, if you will.
day
I
in your
think
story.
yes, I basically live at Oresh. It's true, and they have a pop up on this weekend. If you
What the
want me to-
fuck is Orish? Is this some rich person restaurant? What are you talking about? I don't understand any of this. Okay. Guy is like, I don't know what any of this is. What's the thing? There's like a really expensive grocery store that one of the Trumps went to, and she did like a TikTok at it. And she's like, here I am going to, Erewhon, right? Is it called Erewhon or whatever? Is that really expensive fucking grocery store in LA?
get you bagels with all the spreads. Yeah, Nadav has been a good friend of mine since he was at Shimone.
Oh, right.
These are, I'm sorry. That is Orish, Shimone. Bro, this is Simlish. I'm watching the Simlish podcast. Oh, shit.
And by the way, Nadav's wife has also been to my house.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Stop it with these fuck ass names. Get the fuck out of here, Nadav. I'm sorry, what are they, a fucking 18th century vampire? Get the fuck out of here. This is baloney, fake shit.
Given her a
married.
Chanel jacket.
Erewhon is backwards for nowhere, by the way. Yeah, because I'm nowhere near it, because it's too expensive.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
feel pretty safe in that relationship.
I see. Okay, I didn't know he was married.
Yes.
I haven't done the deep dive.
Yes.
Okay.
I know. I said, Nadav, everyone's going to think that we're fucking in your freezer.
And you're like,
But
no, I
it's-
just love the restaurant.
No, I'm just in it for the hamachi
She's
crudo.
No, first
Get the fuck out of here. You gotta stop saying that stuff. You can't be saying that. Dude, the hamachi crudo, isn't that how I make a fucking Minecraft server, bro? What do you mean? You put that on a bagel? Is that a bagel spread? I don't, you talking about spreads that I didn't even know existed, brother. Oh god, this is awful. This is awful. This is
No,
I'm
people
just kidding.
don't
No,
understand.
he's amazing. He's a good friend of mine.
I think people know that you're a kookalook,
Yes.
but you truly are
I'm sorry. What are you fucking saying? These people need to stop saying this, dude. What the fuck is that? Dude, it's a slur for the Navi is what she's being.
when I talk to you on the phone and you have a crazy story every other day,
yes.
I'm like, you need to be on reality TV.
No, I think I'm good, bro. I think I'm good. There's nothing more. I can't. I'm sorry. If there's any LA chatters here, bro. Fucking people from LA blow smoke up your ass like crazy, but not a single one of them means it. I don't know what it is with the culture over there in LA where everybody's gassing you up but preying on your downfall. I cannot stand it. At least in New York, when somebody's like, I fucking hate you, they're just like, I fucking hate you. Right? And they're like, I fucking appreciate you. They're like, they appreciate me. Okay, but in LA, everybody there is like, "Oh, you're so amazing. You should be on a reality TV." Yeah.
We need to have Andy and a camera
Following me. The
following you
capers.
to. She wakes up in the morning. Sometimes she goes and knocks on Dr. Oren's fucking office and is like, "Let's do some tits." Like you did that.
Let's do some tits.
Didn't you do that with your mom? What did you do with your mom?
My mom
Not
had like a facelift.
Right.
Or like a corrective whatever. And he did my boob lift.
Right. It was boobs.
Yeah.
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 But you just, I feel like, wake up in the morning, and that's my opinion.
They're like, let me get you an appointment for like 6 months from now. I'm like, how about in 10 minutes? Because now I'm here
I'm
and
ready to go.
I need to be bumped.
You did tits with your mom? Yeah. Yeah. They're talking about a plastic surgeon that they both know. You know, because they're both on first name basis with a fucking plastic surgeon.
to the front of the line.
Would you do reality TV?
Oh my God. The problem is this, like I've been approached a lot.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that, actually. Or at the very least, I could argue that it was never going to go anywhere.
And I always say no. One, because you know how neurotic I am about the kids.
Yeah.
About showing the kids.
Which is hilarious because you don't fucking stop talking about them. But
And two,
Right, you don't show the kids on Instagram, obviously.
Never.
You're not going to show them on
I can't show the kids. I
Yeah.
can't like tell their story for them. They're gonna tell their
very bold of you to say, ma'am. That's not correct.
own stories. But also, I'm a writer. Like if I don't have control, if I can't fucking tell
Does she
you-
have any writer's credits? I would love to know.
Okay, this is what's gonna happen in Act 1, and this is how we're gonna play it out. Like that's why the Instagram for me is just incredible because I'm
in control.
in control of
Yeah,
the
you
story.
wouldn't be able to be not.
I'm in control of the store. Okay. Reality TV is lolcows for old people. You know what you know what happened recently, man? When I was at that bar watching that awful comedy and jazz show or bluegrass, after the World Cup ended, it was playing Indy cars because it was Fox, and then it got rained out. And they put on an episode of of Nation's Dumbest. So like imagine a show where there were logic puzzles and then they got washed celebrities to come on and try and solve the logic puzzles. Okay? And the whole premise of the show is that if they can't beat the logic puzzle, then they're dumb. No, it's called Nation's Dumbest. It's called Nation's Dumbest. It was like a different thing, right? It's a different thing. It's like a game show. And you know, the actors are walking off the school bus and they gotta solve like a thing, right? And there's a guy that looks like Matt Pat crossed with Veritasium, and they hit him with the Twinkify ray. And he's telling them, you gotta be able to hold both sashes. And they're like just too far apart that if you hold one sash, you can't reach the other. So you gotta figure out like another way to do it. And Steve-O gets off the bus and he does it. And I get Steve-O being there. You know, it's Steve-O. Who gives a shit? I know who Steve-O is. They had one of the actors from The Breakfast Club. Okay? And I look, man, if you've seen The Breakfast Club, they were teens and kids when they did that movie. They're old now. They're very old. So I was like, who the fuck is that? And then another lady gets off and she's dressed like the sailor chick from fucking Stranger Things. I have no idea what celebrity this is, but she had like a face tattoo and her hair was all fucking crazy. Jojo Siwa was there. Jojo Siwa was doing the logic puzzle. Okay? And I shit you not, the next person off the bus who could not complete the logic puzzle after Jojo Siwa failed was former presidential candidate Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang steps off the bus and proceeds to fail the logic puzzle, which, of course, is a death knell for any political career to be on reality TV. But what? And then after failing the test, they went to a classroom, like on a stage. They went to a classroom, and JoJo Siwa sat across from Andrew Yang, and I just went, I can't believe it. And JoJo Siwa's here sitting next to Andrew Yang and fucking Steve-O. Like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, the point is that TV is weird as hell. Who is watching this? Like, what are we doing? Steve-O was able to grab it. Steve-O could grab both. He just tied stuff to each end, and he made the thing bigger by tying stuff to each end of the sash. Okay? But it was literally like Cocomelon for geriatrics. I don't know of another way to put it.
And they're like, let me just film you, and then we'll tell you who you are. Fuck that. I can't do it.
So what did they approach you for, Roni?
A lot of different things. Yeah.
So
yeah.
secretive
and I
today,
can never
Jenny.
do it.
You can't. No, it's not for you.
I'm only secretive because I feel like my mother hen is watching. Mother is watching.
Who is that?
Jason, the mother.
Oh,
Mother will be mad.
Why would Mother be mad about Bravo?
I don't know. He just doesn't. He's just like, just shut the fuck up, Jenny. Stop.
Wait.
My ex-husband said that I should stop talking to reality TV people. It's almost like one of them is an actor and one of them is just a washed lady.
First of all, if he would say
The guy who swallowed a live goldfish is smarter than a presidential candidate. Yeah, you could take that one home and fucking bank it in your memory holes.
say that about this podcast, like what does he say about your Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy how this actor who fucked a pie in a movie has more decorum than his ex-wife, who is famous for being the wife of a famous person.
Great. Not suitable to even tell you on the podcast.
When life gets big.
What? In what universe? Dude, nobody is watching this, bro. How many people are watching this that you got the Starbucks connection? What? 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 I'm sorry, this podcast got like 8,000 views on it. Am I crazy, bro? What? Wild. Just go to the post that sparked the controversy. I don't even know who this lady is. I literally don't know who this lady is. From the Kardashians to Kristen Stewart to Ryan Reynolds and your favorite reality stars, Amanda Hirsch sits down for laid back but juicy hang with your faves. Trying to give her diarrhea with my mind. Let me see if this podcast gets numbers on Spotify. I'm curious. There's no ratings on this podcast on Spotify. There's not a single rating. Why is there no ratings on this podcast? Look, there's no ratings. Am I stupid? Oh, 4.2. Okay. Okay, 4.3K. There we go. I was looking in the wrong spot. I thought it was up here. All right. 4.3K still isn't a lot for like a celebrity podcast, I would argue. Maybe it does numbers on like fucking Apple Pod. You know. Let me get the chat back up. There we go.
Let's go into Instagram.
Blind, get new glasses. I'm sorry. It's almost like they change the UI every 5 months on Spotify because they need to justify increasing the price to their shareholders and audience.
Because this is what I called you about when you were trending.
Yeah.
I didn't really even know
Yeah.
all the drama
Yes.
about this fucking post.
Yeah.
And I thought that what you said on the phone to me hit so true and hard.
Yeah.
And we talked about
This lady is.
you writing a piece about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on the pod and say this because I think it's really important. So let's talk about how it all started. You posted a photo with your kid.
Yes.
You're hugging in the bed.
Yes.
Call it whatever you want. Hugging,
Embracing.
embracing, toppling, whatever the
All right. Stop. I see what you're doing. You're trying to pitch this in a different perspective. Okay? It is less about what the picture was and more about the framing that was given to the picture. Okay? Because the picture by itself is like whatever. They're just play fighting or whatever. But the post is what put like it made it weird. The post beneath the picture made it weird. Because beneath the picture, it was like, oh, the most toxic man I've ever dated. And it's like your 12-year-old son or your 8-year-old son. That's what made it weird. Okay? Nobody is saying anything about the picture. It's all about the context that the picture was presented in. Okay? Context is what gave people the association between the picture and the sentence. Okay? These things don't exist in a vacuum. They're actually intrinsically connected. Because when you make a post on Instagram, it asks you to put fucking words on it to connect the words to the fucking picture. People do that shit all the time. Fucking stupid.
fuck.
Yeah.
Caption was your oldest.
Your eldest child will be the most toxic guy you ever date, which is true.
Okay, those were the exact words. So
Yes.
people don't then twist it or anything.
Which, if you have a son, you fucking know that.
And okay.
And I can explain what that
Did
means.
you notice from the beginning that this is going on like the wrong side of Instagram? This is
Okay, look. You could say that your words are misinterpreted and that you did not intend those words to mean what you your intention with what you were saying was different than the way that people interpreted it. But you need to understand the perspective of which people viewed those words based on the associative connections that you made between the two. Not to mention, your post on Substack further corroborated this strange interpretation of that picture and that post. These things are connected. Are you a present enough human being? Is your conscious mind and your subconscious mind able to comprehend the possibility that maybe the way that my post was interpreted might have been a little strange, and to further extrapolate upon that people either misinterpreted me or perhaps I worded it in a way that was weird? Is that not possible?
being taken. Like you could tell right away, right? When the comments
Well, I
are
think
crazy.
Caroline, not to throw Caroline under the bus, but somebody attached my Instagram to my Facebook.
Okay.
It is not that hard. You're a celebrity. What are you talking about?
Facebook is a different demo of
Yeah.
humans.
Okay.
And I think that that's where it started to like get this weird traction.
Because the Instagram people know you, follow you.
Yeah. It's like this is the joke I've been making forever. Like I'm in this dysfunctional relationship with like a guy who's like, you know, can you hold my head while I like vomit into the toilet? Can you
wipe my butt?
Can you give me a full body massage before bed?
Yeah.
What? You're telling me your 12-year-old son comes to you and says, "Mom, can you give me a full body massage before bed?" What the fuck are you saying? What? What are you fucking saying? Say psych.
Can you, you know, be a deer and put more ice in my water
Yeah.
bottle? Like this is the
Or
treatment.
Noah, who grabbed my butt and said, "There was a lot of fat on this butt," and I said, "You're not wrong, Noah."
Yeah.
So yeah, another example,
Yes,
right?
Just like
Toxic.
use and abuse me.
Use and
and I'm
abuse me.
still like, is he gonna call? Like I
It is really easy not. Why are you saying these things?
have a was never that girl. I've never been in that kind of relationship.
First of all, every
I've never been with a man child. Yeah, because that's a child, you fucking weirdo. Yeah, because you're a mother. It's not a fucking romantic relationship. Can you view your life through other perceptions other than a romantic relationship? That's important.
I already think of, is he going to call in 20, 30 years? I'm not even,
Right.
is he going to call today? I'm
Right.
worried about him not calling.
No, I'm gonna be
In
banished
20.
to voicemail for all of eternity, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna keep silent.
This is like a really, like, okay. The fear of, like, your child not wanting to talk to you anymore, I can understand that. I can absolutely understand that. Even not being a parent, I can understand that that's a very scary thing. But this doesn't mean that you, like, further encourage your worst neuroses in order to avoid that, because that is what will lead you to that direction. This is why therapy is important, okay? And not like the LA therapist. You need somebody to be like, you need to be able to allow your child to have independence. Like, these fears are rooted in your fear of aging, in your fear of getting old, in your fear of life moving on. But you need to be able to come to a conclusion that those will happen regardless, and to be a good guide for your children, irrespective of one day you will be in the ground. Okay? Like a lot of what I'm hearing exists downstream of you being afraid to get old.
Psychodialing. I'm gonna be like, girl sending texts. Are you mad at me? Like, I am gonna be my worst
Diesel, you idiot. She would take her 8-year-old to couples therapy.
nightmare.
And this is a joke. Let's
Okay, it's hard when you end your relationship and have to come to grips with your children now spending time without you. But turning it into this is just going to cause your kids to run. Yeah, so I got to be honest. This divorce started way before she made these posts. I am not surprised that this is where her mind went, because she's like, my husband left me, which is what I'm thinking she's thinking based on the way that she has talked about her sons, right? It's like, that man left me. Now I have to reconcile with the possibility that one day my sons could leave me. Who am I if I have no husband and no sons? I am nothing, right? That is definitely where a lot of her internal psychological think is going, is what I'm steel manning there, okay? As best as I can understand.
just say it again. And you know that I love
Yes.
your writing.
Yes.
And I followed you for years, even before we met. And this is part of your humor. This mom,
My
I mean,
shtick.
dictator lunches.
Yes.
Dictator lunches.
He's the dictator, and I live in this like autocratic regime
Okay.
where I have to like, you
Do
know,
what he says.
it's like thumbs up or thumbs down, like off with my head if I fucking serve you sun butter. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think made people take this the wrong way? The caption, or they thought like the
Why is this? You guys are in your 40s, bro. You should be able to make these connections without whatever this shit is, okay?
the hug was, I mean, what do you think
The
set
hug,
people
I
off?
think they thought that maybe the hug looked lascivious. I'm not sure.
I gotta be honest, if the caption and Substack post didn't exist in conjunction with the photo, and the photo was just her and her son, it would not be strange, because it's like, that's a little kid and his mom. I would not think that's weird. And if you think that's weird, you gotta figure that out, bro. What made it weird are these things that connect, okay? So why are we pretending like it's that? Like, it's almost as if you're avoiding the reality of it.
Sure. I don't think they liked the caption toxic. I think toxic got in some sort of algorithm search.
She might actually be a fucking idiot, actually. Never mind.
You're probably reading about like being like abused, and then you see this woman like embracing her son, and they're just like, "What the fuck?" You know?
No, I actually, she doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. I don't understand why they're almost deliberately avoiding what it really is about. Okay? Like, they know what it's about. Like, you guys are almost deliberately talking about this by avoiding the specific thing that this is about.
No, they couldn't handle it.
They couldn't
It
handle
threw
it.
them over the edge.
You were getting, people were saying they want to call CPS on you.
And my sister had the best response. She's like, somebody should call CPS on me for ordering my son Taco Bell for dinner. Because that is like...
That is not, I don't understand. If I couldn't imagine being with, let me get a little based here. I couldn't imagine marrying a woman so stupid. If your internal think is this rudimentary, I would think that if I hit a ball from you that we were playing catch, that you would legitimately think that it vanished, that it was fucking magic. Okay, I need a psychological evaluation to understand whether or not you believe in object permanence.
Talking about.
What are we talking about?
And by the way, if you knew my son, like, he's really the predator. You know what I mean?
Oh god. I couldn't Diesel, I couldn't imagine marrying a woman. Okay, well, you're deliberately leaving out half of that quote.
Like, he's the one who's fucking all over me. I've been like trying to like lock him out of the bathroom for like the last 12 years.
You know, the bathroom.
Oh, brother. Oh boy. Her and her co-parenting ex-husband are gonna have quite the conversation from this one, huh?
It's crazy
He just
when you
wants
just want to go
my
to the bathroom.
undivided. But I do think it has to do with.
Yes, this was very important. When he said this to me, my mind was blown.
I think that like if I had made this joke a month ago,
Yeah, the divorce probably hasn't been good for them. I don't know what to tell you, man.
months ago, it would have played differently.
When you were married.
Because and I'm still married, but like
When
I
you
was
were-
publicly like with a man, and I think that there's something about a woman who is not attached.
It has nothing to do with this. Why you guys are you think you're so slick. You think you're so slick, Miss Higher Tax Bracket. Let a motherfucker see you in Mom Dami stand.
Attached to a man that somehow reads as a threat, dangerous. Like she's.
First of all, this is really important what you're saying, because stop and think about it. Jenny has never gotten shit about this subject. She's been making.
Did people call CPS on her after reading her Substack love letter to her son?
Well, I don't fucking know. Maybe. Probably. People got nothing but time on their hands.
the same joke for years.
Wrote for fucking Parents Magazine, a standing column. Like I've been like a voice on like motherhood in a lot of ways. That's like what my
Just because you're a voice on. Okay, to be clear, just because you are a celebrity and you get to be a voice on something doesn't mean you can. Okay, or you should. All right. There's a lot of uneducated people who give opinions on parenting and say that they're allowed to give opinions on parenting because they're a parent. Being a parent does not mean that you get the privilege of giving an opinion on it, okay? There's like that car seat guy. You guys remember when the car seat guy got accused of being was implied to be a nonce? I forget the other character in that drama. But it was implied that this gay man who reviews car seats for babies for safety, that something is weird about him and that he shouldn't comment on parenting because he doesn't have kids. It's like, well, that's his job and he's like educated in this. So maybe he can, you know, in the same way that like a child psychologist or like professionals in raising children might not have children, but they might have something to offer. Being a parent does not mean that you are an expert in parenting, because there's a lot of really fucking bad parents out there.
platform was
And you've
was
been
built
making
on.
this kind of joke forever.
Forever.
And the fact that the first time it gets taken in this twisted way,
Yeah.
and people are
Oh,
calling-
Lauren the Mortician, yes. This goes to show you how these things don't take up space in my brain.
you intense shit. Like, I mean,
yeah.
they're
No,
extreme.
they're like, we hope that Jason gets custody of your children.
No, it's crazy.
We think that you are a pedophile. You're
insane. For
disgusting.
hugging,
Sending
you're
my
You guys must be. I'm sorry. This is so duplicitous. I refuse to believe that these grown women are so dense. Is there an orb of confusion? Okay. Is there something in the Erewhon water that we got to be watching, man? Okay.
son,
sister DMs. Do you molest kids too? Out of control.
out of control.
And then I die. They're like, Jason Biggs' estranged wife. I'm like, I'm literally sitting next to Jason. I'm like, I guess I'm your estranged
You are his ex-wife. Okay. You're his ex-wife.
fucking wife. Like, it's like the picture they paint
It's that they're dead inside. Yeah.
is,
But these are people that don't know you. I feel like once it gets in the algorithm,
yeah.
you're not in control.
You're not in
You're on a
control.
different. People that know you, it's like a community. It's
Yeah, man. Of course, people that know the lady are gonna have a different interpretation of that. And I gotta be honest, I like skimmed her Instagram, and she just seemed to be living some like rich person's bougie life. What am I supposed to take away from that? That you're a rich bougie person? Sorry, man. We live in a post-Epstein world. Of course, I'm gonna look down upon rich bougie assholes.
inside jokes. It's
Yes.
once it's on the algo, it's on the
On
FYP.
the algo, I'm gonna use
No,
that.
you're fucked.
You're
Like
really
I told
fucked.
you, I was like, it's already there. Like it's in the, and listen, I read your stuff, and like you said in one of the things which they were getting pissed about, there was a line that was like, his girlfriend isn't even hotter than me about your son. Like,
It's just
hilarious.
It's just
by the way,
funny.
and then it's like she's comparing, and I'm like, wait, do these people watch
I'm
stand up?
serious?
Like, do
Yeah.
these people go to comedy shows, and then every joke a comic is making, they're like,
You guys are like so. It is actually hilarious. What are you? What were you paid to do this? Fucking Amanda Glupshitto? What the fuck are you doing, dude?
yes,
you were making a
a
joke.
fucking joke about like the way that you can spin over somebody that you love. Like nothing more, nothing less. But it is crazy.
Like, it's
because like
it's
when your
crazy.
body, when you have like it's like I had a chaperone,
Yeah.
right? I had like I was attached to a man. There was something like I don't know, and maybe that's not what
no.
It has nothing to do with that. Listen, man, I found out you were divorced through the entire course of this, okay? My entire opinion upon this is not dictated upon whether or not you're a divorced spinster. But now I can certainly add that to my list of, like, epithets that I could throw at you. Sure.
Maybe
I think
people
there
just
is a
read it
connection.
in
I
other
think-
ways.
I think there is a connection because you're right. You have been posting this for years, joking about.
I'm sorry. It's actually crazy that so many talentless fucking rubes could sit around and work in Hollywood, okay, and make a living being absolute ass pat Andes that provide absolutely no fucking critical thinking or context whatsoever. All right? There's so much fucking evil, duplicitous shit about Hollywood, but it's almost like the apathetic ass patting that I hate the most. It's disgusting. For all you want, this woman is like a crazy fucking boy mom, sure, absolutely. But this other lady, her entire job is basically to be nothing. I can't believe it. You're like, that is like, you're awful. Like, you're all like, you should be beamed down by the fucking space beam, okay?
for years. This is the first time you've posted something like this about your son, one of your sons, while people have discovered that you're no longer with the man.
I'm sorry. This lady's terrible podcast. She probably makes more than any of us watching this right now. Okay, hands down. Well, maybe there's like one or two of you that make more, but like, hands down, there's no way.
man.
Crazy.
And then they're associating.
They're sexualizing,
projecting.
moralizing. They're
See, it's not random strangers making that connection. It was you who made that connection. It was you. It was you who made that connection. You're saying that we're sexualizing it? Bro, you did. You framed the entire relationship you have with your son in a romantic context.
their own shit into it and saying, yeah, this woman is a threat.
How did it, when I called you, you said you were really upset.
You called me. I think I was like, I had just been like crying. Jason had come over and was like, you know, do you want me to say something? And of course, like, I don't want that. I want to stand. You know me. Like, have I ever kept my mouth shut about anything that I believe in? I
Right.
go so hard. My publicist called and she's like,
Well,
you know,
maybe you'd be able to keep your mouth shut more if you didn't get so much Botox, but that's neither here nor there.
do you want to give a comment? And I thought at first I did want to, and then another friend of mine said, don't comment. Like, just write something.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like really good advice. I needed that advice in that moment. So I didn't just like give a sound bite. And I just like went back and like went ham.
You
on this
wrote
piece.
for your Substack
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
What did you call the piece that you wrote for this? About this?
I think I said the love that breaks us.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because
not
I
what
do
you
think
said.
it is like a relationship where, it
things
ends
that I
with
like from
you alone. Like it's
I
scary.
was I was talking with some people off stream about like, wouldn't it be funny if I ran for office? Think of all the clip chimps they'd have on me from stream. But the reality is that you could just be the worst fucking person ever and still make money hand over fist. You're telling me this lady, this absolute nobody, this human fucking waste as a publicist, bro, anybody can be anything. Bro, everything's a lie. That's all a fucking lie.
Get into a relationship, that's going to end with you
Which is a relationship with a son.
alone. Or, I mean, it could be any relationship that is like, it's not supposed to last. Not all relationships are supposed to last. And this is one where you're like handing your heart over to somebody. You're like, yes, hurt me.
And you double down, by the way. This piece, first of all, you say there's something devastating about realizing your children can survive without you, that they can be content somewhere else, happy even, and the security you once felt being their entire world was never meant to last.
I'm sorry, why are all of the things that are actually weird about that piece not being addressed? This entire thing has not been addressed.
There is a mom that doesn't connect to this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't buy it. You wrote, when I look at that picture, I see a 12-year-old boy who still wants his mother and a woman trying to hold on to closeness and connection at a time in her life when everything else is changing.
Yeah.
Is this a different article? Are you reading a different article?
Yeah, because it's like, the other, side of that piece is like, this is the first time in my life I don't have my kids like sleeping in my house every night. I mean, there is like
Yeah, well, wow, crazy. It all comes back to the divorce. It's almost like this is about something else. Not about that. It's almost like this is you trying to reconcile with the divorce. Interesting. Notice how this is a very multifaceted thing. Right? Which is what I said at the beginning of this. Notice this.
something so hard and like heartbreaking about that, like to get your head around, like, this is my new normal. So like, yeah, I mean,
She's struggling with co-parenting and her ex-husband living in a separate space. So this is probably more like, not to be reductive about it, but she's probably having like a fucking manic episode about it.
for my son to still like want to hold me, it means so much right now.
May they fucking hold us until we're like blue in the face.
Right?
Yes.
I know. It's crazy. Maybe some people don't have that kind of relationship.
It's not about the fucking. These guys they're running some. I'm sorry, if this was a commentary podcast, this would be what they call a gay op, and this Amanda motherfucker would be sweeping.
I mean, we've talked. The thing that started circulating, I don't know if you know
the
this.
kiss on, I know. Well, Regina let me know. My Caroline let me know. She's like, that
They're tying the two together.
They're tying the two together. You came on my pod a while ago and said that you and your dad kiss on the mouth.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. All right. Oh boy. What? There's layers to this.
Which people thought it was weird then, but they're tying
Yes.
it into.
And I said it's because we're Jewish.
but
What? You gotta be fucking joking me. She did not say that. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So you kiss your dad on the mouth because you're Jewish. Yeah, we're really there's a lot here to unpack. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Moses. Oh, Moses. Oh, Moses. Oh, that's funny.
how are they tying it together?
I
What
think
if-
they're just saying like, see, she was clearly molested.
Oh. Yeah, you might want to refute some of this now, man. I feel like you're doing it to yourself at this rate.
Which kills me. You know, so I did shoot this series based on my first book with ABC years ago, and Alan Thicke played my dad, and I had the fucking funniest scene at the end where I was like, "I love you, Dad," and we kiss on the lips, and I was like, I told the director Nancy Hauer, I was like, "Hold on the kiss, hold it till it's like."
What? What do you mean, dude? There's a TikTok where it's like, I think I've talked about this one where it's like, oh, it's a TikTok where it's like, I'm trying to show that a character is Jewish, and it's like, well, I was the only doctor free on Christmas. Or it's like, well, I gotta get to my son's bar mitzvah.
So long and fucking awkward and uncomfortable. So we shot that scene.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there with Jamie Tarsis. We're watching the cut, and we get a call from ABC, and they're like, "We can't air this episode unless we like shorten the kiss." It's so
How long
weird.
was quick? Because like
It's weird, yeah, because the delivery was weird.
20 seconds.
It was like long, and I said like, "Then don't air the episode because it's so fucking funny." Like if you don't have the long kiss, it's not comedy.
Yeah.
So we didn't air it.
You didn't air
And it was
that.
the last thing Alan Thicke ever did before he died.
No.
So guess what?
And
The
you got-
last thing Alan Thicke did before he died was a Jewish incestuous kiss. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
to kiss him.
That's on ABC's hands.
And you got to kiss
What's
him.
so funny about incest? To be clear, incest can be a funny setup for a joke, but the rest of this does not make that.
on
They
Thicke.
robbed Alan of like that performance. He could have.
Wait, what was the
Yeah, they robbed Alan Thicke of that performance.
show called?
I Like You Just the Way I Am. It was based on my
And it
first
was
book.
on ABC?
on ABC Digital.
Oh my god.
It was on ABC Digital. Yeah, it was on a Glub Shadow streamer that nobody fucking saw.
When that was a thing. Yeah, it was fun and busy.
When that was a thing. We live in hell. Fucking hate this cyberpunk dystopia. All I got was wealth inequality and fucking 40 different subscriptions.
My sister.
Busy played your
It was really fun.
sister.
Yeah.
And you were supposed to do something else. So another
that show?
show. No, another show. Remember with what's her name? That producer you love, Diego Pablo.
Oh, with Diablo. Oh, well, Diablo was producing
Diego
the City of Diego Cody. She would
Diego
actually love that.
Pablo.
I'll actually tell her that you said that.
I called her.
Imagine being a producer and your name is Diablo. That's crazy. That's crazy aura, actually, not gonna lie.
Diego Pablo.
Oh my, you got to have her on. She's so good. She's
Wait,
fun on a
you were
pod.
working on something with her.
We sold City of Likes to Sony, but I sold City of Likes I sold that. They optioned it before the book came out.
Isn't that crazy, you guys?
That's another Another crazy thing that I didn't realize, a lot of like the New York Times bestsellers or like any of these like huge like book sales or like, oh, this is a blankety blank or whatever. And before the books are even finished, studios will auction the rights to own it. So that way they can keep their competition from producing something from it. So they might not ever do anything with it, but they buy it off of them to shut down the competition. And that's like even before the book comes out. And that's very normal, but it's crazy.
This is how the industry works.
Yeah.
You sold your book before it even came out. So this is like, let's equate it to like the Belle Burden Selling Strangers.
Right.
But hers is just getting like that fast pickup, right? Of like,
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow got it, it's a tad, da, 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 da.
Uh-huh.
Yours was also sold, as it are many,
Yeah.
right? And then what? It's kind of like stuck in
Then it's like you're in development or you're, pitching different. It's like if that's the studio for it, you're actually, we weren't doing it as a film. Were we? Now I don't even remember. It was a 1 hour. Then you're pitching to networks. So then it's like once a studio buys it, then you go out to networks,
Yeah.
and then it's like just building the package.
Is it going to happen, you think?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think it's going to happen?
City of Likes? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I've moved on.
You've let it go? Are
I've
you
moved on to other things?
Are you working on something else?
I have 2 other things right now. Yeah.
You're working on other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to say everything you want to say about the scandal with the
Yes.
post. Did you delete it?
I don't know. Maybe it's up. Maybe it's not.
What do you mean I don't know? What do you mean? Yeah, you deleted the post and then you added it back after a community note showed up because you decided to double down retroactively.
I have to ask Caroline.
Was it a decision? Like, I feel like if I was in your position, it would be like,
so the night it was happening,
yeah.
I was talking to somebody and I said, I'm in the middle of this situation and I know it's going to go. I can see right now, because I've been in enough of these fucking weird scandals over the course of my career where like I can tell you this is going to pick up. And this is
So
gonna
she doesn't manage her socials. She does. She's lying. She knows exactly what she did.
be a thing and I'm going to feel like it's the end of the world because I'm the person in it. But really it's so small and it's gone. It's so ephemeral. It's just fast.
yeah.
So I knew it was going to happen, but I couldn't take it down because then there's that part of me that's like,
Right.
I get so indignant and like stand so firmly in like what I believe that I'm just like, burn me to the fucking ground, bitches. This is a picture of my fucking kid. I'm not taking it down.
That's
And
what
you know
I would
what?
It's
think.
not. Oh my God, whatever.
I'm doubling down. I'm going to post another pic
Well, at least she admitted that.
just to annoy you. And so then my sister-in-law was over there.
It's really no skin off my back. You're just like, now you're being trolled is what you're being. People are egging you on and then you're giving them exactly what they want.
And we just started, going
Posting
off.
stories, right? You
Right.
put in your
Most
stories.
TV pilots that never air are lost media. They just end up sitting in a fucking hard drive in some fucking studio's vault. That's very common. There's a lot of pilots that always get filmed and then nothing fucking comes of it.
We're talking about it.
Yeah. And I always talk about like I had a scandal happen where like USA Today, it was like the Today Show. This was back when I had Sid, okay? So this is like 2014 and I was posting from the delivery room, like just the way everybody does these days. But back then it was like
Weird.
fucking like, whoa, she's oversharing. So the news cycle was
I gotta be honest, now that it's 2026, we're still oversharing. We should stop sharing so much. We need to share less. We need to not. I share very specific things from my life with the intent to, tell you guys that I live a life. She docks her kid's name. Okay, first of all, she's a celebrity. Who gives a shit? Second of all, both of her kids' names are on her Substack and fucking Instagram. I don't think that's doxing in that regard.
can you believe this mom? She's oversharing.
Internet brain worms ass chat.
She's such an oversharer. And so the next day, it's like a normal person would probably like take the note and adjust. And I double down with a picture of Howie Mandel, my OB from LA, holding my placenta.
What do you mean? You got Howie Mandel to hold your placenta? Dude, what the fuck? Do
And I said,
you think she'll let her kids act? Let's be real here. There's no way those kids aren't allowed to not act.
I don't know if this is considered oversharing, but I think my placenta looks very young and hot in this photo.
What do you mean? Damn, girl, you got a fine placenta.
And it's just this bloody fucking.
No.
Come at me. Fucking.
Dude, this lady has not taken well to motherhood. Holy shit.
Sorry.
How did you get this like secure with who you are?
I don't think she's secure. I think she's a very insecure person, actually.
Because like for example, you know the viral video about you talking about kissing your dad.
Yeah.
People are going fucking ham on it. And you're like, you brought it up right now.
I'm like, I don't care. Yes, I
Yeah,
kissed my dad.
so-
When he's dead,
At
I'm gonna.
Kevin Monocle became a member. At Kevin Monocle celebrates 31 months of membership.
Very pod,
Me in the
very
histology
pod.
department.
be like, thank God I kissed him so many times.
How
my
are you
sweet dad.
how do the trolls and the like
don't
the
bother me.
negative how do they not see
This lady is being so. She is, as we like to say, felted. She is felted.
into your soul
I
and
know.
like
My
get
sister says
like
asks that all the time.
how are you not like, you know, because sometimes I'll post something with so much conviction and I'll see like the that annoying comment you're expecting, and as much as I'll say like that's so annoying, I'll be like, wait, was it mean of me to say, you know, like
Yeah.
I'll start overthinking about it. Does that not happen to you?
No. I mean, no. There
Her and Mark Andreessen would be in good company because she's like, I don't do introspection. Is felted like try hard? No, it's like you're very owned right now. Like you're being very owned. It's like if being owned is level 1, being felted is level 2.
are things that I freak out about, but my things I freak out about are more like, did I like betray my child somehow? Like, is this
Yes.
Sure. Am I using this person, you know, for my own gain? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
or you know, I do, you know, I've written a lot extensively about like exes in my life,
Yeah.
and it's like I feel badly that sometimes
Tons.
it's like, yeah, I also like want to be liked, and so it's like I feel like, you know how it's like they're like, let's leave.
I want to be like. Let's be clear. Everybody who's famous or wants to be famous has a piece of their soul that wants to be loved, not by one person, but the masses.
Dogs lie. I feel like my motto is I'm like, okay, wake the dog, teach it to talk again, make it tell me that it loves me, and then shoot it in the head again. Like that seems to be my pattern. I don't know why. But
So you self-sabotage your own successes in life, which is what you're saying?
like it's like I want to burn the bridge down, rebuild the bridge, then like think of
This is a bad pattern. You're describing something that is toxic and holds many people back from success in life. What? This is bad. You've only been incredibly lucky because you've got good spawn RNG, bro.
something funny to say about it, burn it up again. I don't know. I just think that I don't let the haters.
Don't let the haters get
like,
to me, man. Yeah.
Actually,
uh-huh.
I think they almost
Oh,
like,
they empower you? Is that what you're about to say?
like rile me up more. Like
Get the
they
fuck out
make-
of here. Oh my god, this lady. It is crazy. I swear to God, it's like we have a book written on how this stuff works now, bro. It's not that hard. You need like a fucking PR crisis manager. You need to fucking stop doing this shit. It's crazy that people keep saying the same things over and over again.
They ignite something in me that makes me go, now I really believe this. Like before,
Oh my god.
I like was on the fence, but now I fucking really believe
Yeah.
this, and I'm gonna like force it into you too. I mean, it's why like I mean the
Well,
Israel
especially
stuff, you know?
with the
Oh no. Oh no. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm gonna need to consult Ethan Klein on this one. I think.
with that stuff. Yeah, I also had to calm you down there. I remember.
You had to call me on the phone and say stop posting straight to camera.
I was like,
You're
I
gonna
can't.
She was ranting.
Get shot.
And I think about this situation, the Instagram post. It is so far. It's not like, okay, I posted yesterday how
Dude, she needs Five-ish on speed dial. I know a guy who could fix this up real quick, and his name's Five-ish. Dude. Somebody got Five-ish on the phone right now.
why are hotel check-ins at 4 p.m.? Like, it makes no sense. I
Yes.
started thinking about it. I was like, how does this make, who is landing it? Why can't they figure out a system?
Yeah.
And then, I get the comment of like, well, the cleaning, that it made me sound like I was
Yeah.
like anti-cleaning people.
I hate cleaning.
Oh, boy. There's a lot here.
Women.
and have no respect for them or their time, which is obviously not at
That's
all
what you
I
said
meant.
also when you called me that morning.
I don't. So
Before you hung up, you let me
And-
know.
So for me, that can make me think like, wait, was I not showing respect for cleaning people in this post? I'm just
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, yeah, you weren't. I don't know what the post is, but I'm just gonna say, yeah, you weren't.
trying to give an example. For you, there's no
Cleaning people. She wanted to say the Mexicans who clean my mansion.
part of you, I'm assuming, that sees these comments that are calling you these names like a perv, a pedo,
Yeah.
and you're going, let me think about that. That might be true. Like, know
Right.
that
Let me think about
it's like the
I'm like,
most
nobody's more afraid of predators than me. Like, literally,
Oh, why is that?
I won't even I never let my kids like sleep out. I was like, everyone is a child molester until proven otherwise. Like,
To be clear, statistically speaking, the call is more likely to come from inside the house, but
even my friends, I'm paranoid.
Yeah. It is just wild how you never know how something is going to be received.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how you lack the mental fortitude to be able to make these connections, but I will assume that you are deliberately lying for a malicious reason.
especially because of the algorithm, if it was to your people,
Yeah.
I don't think any one of your people turned on you. Do you get what I mean?
My people are like, have you met Jenny? Have you
Right.
followed Jenny?
Right. Have you followed
You're
Jenny?
insane.
Like, she said so much more wild shit than this.
So what you're saying is that we should meticulously go through her entire social media to see if she has any more weird opinions about her two young boys. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what that sounds like to me. Because the unemployed need something to do, and she's doubled down.
Way worse.
Like,
shit.
like, don't go back is what we're saying.
Like, don't-
What did we say? Oh, that's what I told you on the
That's
phone.
the thing. So
This is what I told her on the phone.
go. You say it. You say it.
I'm like, Jenny, you go back.
Start deleting everything because there's such worse shit you've
I
said.
was like, there's such worse shit. This is fucking nothing.
Wow, this is like really not helping your case. Oh my gosh. This is like really bad. If it wasn't that this was like normie bullshit, this would not help her at all.
They're gonna find it, Jenny.
Yeah.
I was like, they're gonna fucking find it.
And they're gonna realize what a real whack job you are. That is so funny.
And I guarantee you didn't do
You've
that.
always been. No, I mean, no. Actually, I did have Caroline go back.
Okay, good.
But you know what's funny? I feel like you are always there in these moments of my life. Like, it's when I think
My poor publicist had to go through my social media and make sure I didn't say anything fucking weird is insane. Okay.
about these times I've been
They
in.
pop up.
You pop up and you're like, Jenny, you got to do this. Jenny,
Wait, that's sort of sweet. I'm like, you're.
you are.
Yeah, her oldest is 12, right? So I guess it's 12 years worth of shit to go through.
You're so sweet in that way because you're a real person. Like people who listen to your show think they know that, but like just to like double down on that, like you are such an interested person. You listen to people in a way that
Bro, she is like a fucking professional backpatter. Get the fuck out of here. This is like a glazing podcast for celebrities that are going through a dry spell of fucking work.
most human beings don't, and most people like lack.
I'm sorry. If I was like a busy creative who was wildly successful, I would not be on podcasts like this. I would be too busy making stuff. I don't understand this whole like get on a podcast, just say a bunch of wackadoo shit.
capacity to
Nobody
do.
wants to hear this.
but I genuinely feel that you care about people.
Yeah.
That's like such an insane
Thank
quality
you.
to have.
Did this change your future posting? Like, is it gonna make you think?
Yeah, I bet it did.
Like, wait, can this caption be taken in any other way? Like, do you think it's gonna affect that?
No, I'll tell you the two things that are affecting like my posting is like my separation, and then also my kids' ages, because now I do feel like I'm like, accountable in a way that like it's like I can post myself like, you know, when you're married, it's like you can flirt with anybody. It doesn't matter because it's
When you're married, you can flirt with anybody. What? I don't know about that. Oh my gosh. Diesel, would you go on Hunter Biden's podcast? You know what? I would.
not real. You can get away with just shit. You can look like
What are you talking about, lady? What the fuck? That's evil. What do you mean you just would flirt with anybody while you were married, bro?
crazy because they know it's like you're married. You're not like out like doing
He
shit.
was that.
What do you mean?
I think that before you said that to me, I wouldn't have thought about it that way. But
Oh,
but
yeah.
it totally makes sense now.
I'm sorry, but when I had somebody recently that I know was married flirt with me. And I was thinking about the experience of doing that afterwards, and I was just like, what is going on in that relationship that was like an okay scenario that just occurred? Because the guy was there. He didn't say anything. It's like, what's going on? Why did that just happen? It's like, I clearly meant that with discontent. With a it was done maliciously.
Yeah, but then when you're not married, you're like, whoa, she's fucking like fucking everybody. I mean, you said this about Nadav,
Right.
because it's like it does come across in a different way. So like that, I'm watching like I sell a shit ton of like bras and underwear.
Yeah, you do love a bra and underwear moment.
I get
Yeah, honestly, I thinking about it post hoc, it was probably more that it was an open relationship. It was probably that.
like yeah, I make a lot of money off it.
Wait, are you getting DMs from guys now?
I mean,
Yes, of course she is. Come on. They're like, damn, I need a mommy in my life. Let me just hit up this lady. I know she's crazy.
no comment. I'm careful
You're
now.
Of course she is. Yeah, she was probably getting them when she was married, dude. Come on. Just because there's a goalie don't mean you can't score.
I don't want to appear disrespectful.
Yeah.
And then I also don't want anything that my kids are going to go, why did you share that about me? So and so
Well, don't worry. They'll already have plenty of that.
told me at school that you whatever.
Has that happened yet? A situation like that?
I had to
Well,
tell
because
my
they're
kids.
older, right? Are they?
Yeah.
How old?
Sid's, I'm like, who are they?
No.
Where am I? Sid's 12 and Lazo's 8.
12 and 8. So 12.
Why people always be naming their kids shit like Laszlo or Lazo? What's Lazo and Sid? What are they? Anthropomorphic animals? I'm sure they have 30-minute episodes every week, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some have phones, you were saying, right?
As a plumber once told me, never seen a ring close a hole.
Yeah, mine don't, but
yeah, I know. You
yeah.
said you're going to be the last.
I'm the last one.
You wrote
I'm
the
dying on
book,
that
the
hill.
Jonathan book. You co-wrote it, no?
I co-wrote that.
you co-wrote
Just like I co-own a rush.
you co-own a rush. You co-wrote
Sort of like
the Anxious
insert
Generation.
myself into your life and then I just take over. I'm like, give me the wheel.
Yeah, be spelling Kimberly all kinds of fucked up.
Okay, I don't need to tell you.
Oh God. Bro's got the fucking Crocs Love Island sponsorship. Wow. Love Island jump scare, bro. Holy shit. Wow. I honestly did not think that I would get 3 hours out of this. uh. Wow. That's great. That was a crazy one. That was a crazy one. That was funny. That was very funny. Holy shit. We didn't even reach the goal. That's fine. Some weird Glupshido stuff that I don't usually... It's not the normal crap. They knocked out my internet. I would have streamed Saturday, but it was raining so hard I wasn't even going to risk it. It just, like, ruins my mood, you know, and I'm trying to, like, stack wins and feel a bit happier about myself. So I just didn't want to deal on Saturday. Even though I was tired, I would have streamed, but I just didn't want to bother. I played a video game, which I don't do that much anymore, so. Wow. What an interesting little thing that was. God. Yeah, I did. I haven't seen Obsession, so I haven't covered it. I'm trying to have a standard, which I know many people don't have, which is I'm not going to comment on media unless I've seen it. So that's my position.
Time for the Glupshido content boss.
I love stuff like this because it's not the usual garbage crap, you know. It keeps me varied, is what I'm saying. But I'm gonna head out. I need to eat dinner.